Hiya, Ted.
Mighty glad you could make it, Johnny. How are you?
So they made you the big wheel in this office, huh?
Made me the goat is more like it. Sit down.
Yeah, sure. Now, what's this about Mickey the Hood?
Michael Jonathan O'Banion. Oh, it's a nice, respectable-sounding name, but... Oh, brother, what a character.
Bootlegger, among other things, wasn't he?
Rum runner, gun runner, smuggler, jewel thief.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a killer, too, back there in the 20s. Only they could never pin it on him.
Yeah, a real nice boy.
Well, after he served his term, in order to fill out his parole, he worked for one of the drug companies here in town.
Oh?
And then about, 2 years ago, he opened a little importing company. Probably just a front.
Importing?
Yeah, drug imports, mostly from the Far East. And that's when Bruce Terwilliger sold him all his insurance.
Terwilliger?
Yeah, my predecessor in this job.
Oh.
That's when he sold Mickey all his insurance. Nearly $500,000 coverage on his business. I'm sure it's not worth a tenth of that. And over $250,000 on his life.
Sounds as though he's still in the rackets.
Sure. And wants plenty of coverage in case he gets bumped off. And he should have been, long time ago.
All right, who's his beneficiary?
Oh, hold your hat, Johnny. Mary Toodles Baker.
Toodles?
Yeah. She's a cheap stripper, right out of the saloon circuit.
So you want to take him off your books, huh?
Well, he's a bad risk. He's constantly behind in his premium payments, and he... Well, I just don't want him as a client of this office.
Well, I can't say I blame you.
But this dear old saintly conservative company won't let me cancel his policies until I can get some legal proof.
Prove he's still in the rackets, huh?
Yeah. And, Johnny, that's your job.
Oh, now, wait, Ted.
Yeah?
That's not for me. That's a police job.
Yeah, but they haven't got a thing on him, Johnny. So far as they're concerned, he's behaving himself, staying out of trouble, and just running his drug business.
Yeah, but you think differently.
Well, I bet my bottom dollar on it. And Johnny, if you can prove it for
look,
me...
Ted, what am I supposed to do? Stick my neck out to a punk like Mickey just because you have a hunch about him?
Hunch?
No, thanks, Ted. If a guy like that happens to be involved in fraud against the company, something like that, you call on me and I'm stuck with him. But to try to frame him for you when there's no real evidence against him...
Frame him? Now, wait, I didn't say that. Just show him up for a wrong guy.
Look, when he commits some offense against the company, okay. But until then...
Johnny.
No, sorry, Ted, but it's no go. No, you mess around a character like that without legitimate reason, I'd end up with a hide full of lead.
No,
so
look, Johnny,
thanks a lot. I want nothing to do with him.
But, Johnny...
Sorry, Ted.
Okay. I suppose all I can do is wait until it's too late. And we have to pay him a lot of money on some fraudulent claim or on his rotten carcass.
Afraid so.
Oh, Johnny, if you'd only... Oh, excuse me. Ted Plainer.
Well, that's all you wanted me for.
Dollar?
Hmm?
Why, yeah. What did you... Look, talk a little slower, will you? Well, yeah, he's right here.
What's that?
Here, look, you talk to him. Here, Johnny, it's for you.
For me?
Oh, some crazy... He said he traced you here through your call service back in Hartford.
Okay, let me have it.
Ask me, the guy's off his rocker.
Lenny Dollar. Hello?
Evan only knows what might happen.
Hello? Well?
John Dollar?
Yeah, that's right.
John, you must come to see me at once.
Who's that?
The most terrible thing has happened. Oh, yes.
Yes, what?
This is Harry Branson at Philadelphia Mutual Liability and Casualty.
Oh, I might have known.
What?
Nothing. What seems to be the trouble, Harry?
Disaster, John, disaster. Can you see me at once?
What about?
The famous Canary Diamonds. Listen, John.
Oh, now, wait, Harry. I brought those things back from France some months ago.
I know, but now they've been stolen again.
They what?
Yes. John?
Okay, Harry, I'll be right over.
Now, who the devil was he?
Well, now that insurance man wants to hand me a case that I can really do something with.
Oh?
And he'll pay me a pile of dough if I can solve this theft for him.
Theft?
Yeah. Hey, wouldn't it be nice if I could sort of tie Mickey the Hood in on it?
Johnny, are you serious? You really think you could?
Ted.
Yeah, Johnny.
Fat chance.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Have a commander, welcome aboard. Have a commander, welcome aboard. The cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Have a commander and see. The cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. And in Commander, the tobacco is vacuum cleaned. Have a commander. Welcome aboard.
Treat yourself to a pack of new king-size Philip Morris Commanders, made on a new machine, the Mark 8, that takes rich, full-flavored Philip Morris tobacco and gently vacuum cleans it. And the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Yes, the cleaner the tobacco, the better it tastes. Noticeably better.
Have a commander. Welcome aboard.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the double deal matter.
I found Harry Branson pacing the floor, wringing his hands.
John, thank heaven.
So the Canary diamonds have been stolen again.
Terrible, terrible.
But I thought they were insured by
They
you.
got so much publicity when you recovered them from that smuggler over in France that one of our important clients, Mrs. Arthur Pierpont Galloway, just had to have them. So she bought them and then insured them with us.
How much, Harry?
$515,000.
Wowee.
She received a phone call that one of the national magazines wanted pictures of them there at her home.
The call was a phony?
She thought her chauffeur and butler would be protection enough, but when the man came, well, he tricked her into being alone with him, and, well, he just walked off with the diamonds.
Well, they must have a description of him.
Of course they have, but a rather confusing one. They were all so excited.
So, what about the police?
Oh, dear, the police have showed Mrs. Galloway and the chauffeur and the butler so many pictures of criminals that, well, they just don't know which is which.
Oh, fine.
But the police seem to think if they have some ideas about who this terrible thief might be.
All right, what about fingerprints, that sort of thing?
Oh, he was far too clever for anything like that.
I suppose so. Yeah, I wonder if the chauffeur or the butler could be in cahoots with this man.
Absolutely not.
Well, you sound pretty sure of that.
I know both of them myself, have known them for years, ever since they went with Mrs. Galloway, and I'm certain they are absolutely honest. After all, John, I am an excellent judge of character.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure of that. Now, who's in charge of this case at headquarters?
At Central Headquarters, Lieutenant Bernard Barry.
Bernie Barry? Sure, I know him well.
Now, here, I'll give you Mrs. Galloway's address.
Don't bother, Harry, not yet.
Oh? John, you mean you might have some idea who might have done this?
Not the least.
But unless you see and talk with
But
her...
as long as the police have some ideas, why don't I see them first?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll give it a fling, Harry.
Give it a fling?
Sure, as long as I'm already here in Philly.
John, how can... Don't you $515,000?
Yeah, that's a lot of dough.
Then how can you be so casual? You don't even seem to be really interested. John, think of what your commission will be if you effect a recovery.
Do you think I'm thinking of anything else? I walked on over to Central Police Headquarters and talked to Lieutenant Bernard Barry.
You asked me, Dollar, that thief had concealed his identity pretty well.
Oh, what do you mean, Bernie?
Well, according to their descriptions, he must have been wearing enough makeup for a whole chorus line. But why Mrs. Galloway and her servants didn't realize that right in the beginning and throw him out, I'll never know.
That's why they couldn't pick him out of the mug file, huh?
Except for one thing the chauffeur noticed about him.
What was that?
He'd apparently tried to cover a scar on his face.
Oh?
From the outer edge of his left eye down his cheek.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
Maybe 5 feet 8 or 9. Very heavy. Say a couple of 100 pounds.
Yeah, darling, I'm way ahead of you.
And say about 51 or 2 years old.
Well, with all that makeup, it was hard to tell. But
Black hair, bushy eyebrows, maybe?
we'd powdered his hair to make it look gray. We found traces of the powder. But
Mickey the Hood. Mickey O'Banion.
so we've had a tail on him every minute since the robbery was reported.
And?
Nothing, darling, nothing at all. And, of course, he had an airtight alibi.
Oh, sure he would have.
And, of course, so would any other crook smart enough to pull a job like that.
Just the same, Bernie.
But until we can trip him up, or, more important, find out how he'll try to dispose of those stones...
I know how to get him out of the country. Hey, but wait, his drug importing business.
Yeah, importing, Dollar, not exporting.
But he must ship stuff around in this country.
And any shipments he makes will be gone over with a fine-tooth comb. Unknown to him, of course.
Yeah?
What do you mean by that?
Well, if he did take these stones, he'll know everything you're doing.
Maybe. You're thinking, of course, about how they were gotten out of the country before, and those cases of canned goods you found in Paris.
Yes. I'm also thinking how impossible it would be to dispose of them here in the U.S.
Even broken down? taken out of the settings?
Oh, look, Bernie, the distinctive color of the canary diamonds, all of them perfectly matched. That color's so unique that, well, he'd have to get them abroad. But where and how?
Dollar, all we can do is keep an eye on him. Of course, keep an eye open for anyone else who might have stolen them.
Well, Bernie, I'll concentrate on him.
But what'll you do? I mean, that we're not already doing. Well?
Bernie, I haven't the least idea. Oh, sure. Maybe someone else had taken those stones. But I've played my hunches before, and somehow they've usually paid off. And sure, if Mickey did steal them, why, maybe he was smart enough to simply sit tight for a while until things cooled down. I looked up the address in a phone book, then spent item 3, $1 even for a cab to a small building on South 23rd Street marked O'Banion Drug Imports. It was a small kind of store building with a combination office and sales room in the front. Much to my surprise, there was only one person there.
That's right, Michael J. O'Banion.
Well, sir, my name is Russell. Peter Russell.
Mr. Russell?
Yes, sir, I own a small chain of drugstores in the South. And we get a lot of calls for anything unusual down there. Our customers seem to go for unusual, exotic-type drugs and medicines.
Oh, so I understand.
So when I saw your ad in the Yellow Pages, I thought I might take a look at your stock.
Oh, fine. Everything we catalog is right here on these display shelves.
All right, sir.
Yeah, pick out whatever items you like. I'll be glad to ship them to you. Everything from dried seahorses and kelp, the Oriental people go over those things, to rare items like oil, rhodium, lovage, musk.
Yes, sir. I see y'all import a lot of things from China, Japan.
Well, I have contacts in Hong Kong and Kowloon that furnish me with many unusual items.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Banion.
Yes, I'll be with you in a moment, madam. Mrs. Peterson.
Yes, that's
Is that
right. Yeah, we met at the travel office, and you promised me some
Yes, of course, Mrs. Peterson. I have the bottle of nerve pills I promised you right here.
Oh, I'm so glad. And how much do I owe you for them?
Oh, not a thing. Not a cent.
Well,
Glad to have been able to make them up for you.
Well,
Here you are.
aren't you nice? Such a big bottle, too.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Mrs. Peterson. Well, have a nice trip.
I hope I can swallow such big pills.
Yeah, well, you just chew them like candy.
Well, they don't taste bad.
Just like sugar pills.
Oh, well, how nice.
And remember, keep them in this bottle with its special seal and take only one each day. Goodbye.
My goodness, there's so many of them.
Yes, I'm sure they'll...
And you're so nice to have gotten them for me.
Yes, that's perfectly all right,
I'm just sure I'll have no nerves at all on this
Yes,
tour.
well, that's good. Now, if you'll just excuse...
I'll tell you. I'll send you a postcard when we get to Hong Kong and let you know
Well,
how
that's
they
not
work.
necessary at all. And goodbye, Mrs. Peterson.
Well, I certainly thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure. Goodbye. Well, now we can get back to business.
Are you always so nice to your customers, O'Banion?
Just a minute.
Yeah?
Forgot your phony accent, didn't you?
My,
That voice. I'd know that voice anywhere from the radio.
The radio?
Johnny Dollar.
So?
I should have known it when you talked about a non-existent ad in the Yellow Page.
So I pulled a boo-boo.
Listen, Dollar. If the police sent you around here, if you think I had anything to do with those canary diamonds...
Well...
Neither you nor anybody else can prove it. So, Dollar, if you know what's good for you...
Oh, now that's a corny line.
If you want to stay alive, just leave me alone.
Make this Thanksgiving something special. How? By taking lots and lots of pictures. Just think of all the wonderful moments you can capture forever. Mom in the kitchen making dressing. That big moment when Dad starts slicing the turkey. The look on the kids' faces when they select their pie. Dad snoozing in his favorite chair after dinner. Yes, pictures are the best way to make those moments last forever. But only with Flash can you capture all the fun and color of those moments at their best. Anytime, anywhere. That's why now, today, you should pick up a pack of Sylvania Blue Dot Flash bulbs, the world's largest selling brand. Sylvania Blue Dots work with any film, with any camera, and you can always be sure they'll work. Simply look at the little blue dot. Sylvania puts it there as your assurance that it will fire. If by some rare chance it has turned pink, then return the bulb to your dealer. He'll make good on it. But hurry, Thanksgiving is this Thursday. Get your Sylvania Blue Dot Flash bulbs today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Well, Mr. O'Banion, I don't know what to do. 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 I don't know what to do.
There in Mickey O'Banion's phony import office, things began to add up. Before he recognized me, he'd said something about contacts in Hong Kong and Kowloon, great smuggling country. And the little old lady, Mrs. Peterson, to whom he'd given the nerve pills. She said she'd met him in a travel office. Was he making arrangements for a trip out of the country? Yeah, another thing, that bottle of pills. He'd made them up, he said. Big pills, remember that. Take only one of them a day, he told her. Well, by the time she got to Hong Kong, she could only use a few of them off the top of that bottle that must have held a couple of hundred of them. And once in Hong Kong, one of his contacts? Or would he himself be there by then? Yeah, but I needed proof. And I certainly couldn't trick an old hand like Mickey into a confession. Far from it.
You think I don't know the cops are watching me every minute, going through every package I try to ship out of here?
All right, now listen, Mickey.
You think I'd be fool enough to touch those stones in the first place?
Fool enough or smart enough?
Oh, I'm smart enough, darling. Don't you forget it. And until you can show some kind of proof I know anything about it.
Okay,
Well, now go on, get out of here. And you stay away from me before I...
Before you what?
All right, go on, get out.
Sure. Why not? If only I'd had sense enough to follow that Mrs. Peterson. While I was standing there talking to Mickey, she could be on her way to a plane, a train, or steamship. Item 4, $1.30 in a phone booth, calling every travel agency, airline, steamship, company, railroad I could find listed until I got the one who'd arranged her round-the-world tour. That was due to leave in a few hours. Better still, they told me she'd been staying at the Bellevue Stratford. Item 5 is $1.25 taxi fare to the Bellevue.
Just a minute, bellboy.
Well, Mrs.
Just a minute. All packed now, bellboy, and you... Oh.
Mrs. Peterson.
Why, you're the young man I saw a little while ago.
I want that bottle of pills you got from Mr. O'Banion.
Now, look here.
Where are they?
I'm a very nervous woman.
All right, my name is Dollar, special investigator.
Investigator?
That's right.
That's like a detective.
That's right. Now, please, those nerve pills.
I haven't done anything wrong.
You will if I don't stop you.
What? No, you're a robber. A burglar or something.
Oh, look,
and
listen to me,
I'm
will you
so
please?
nervous.
Then why don't you take one of those pills? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yes, I will.
While I dig out some credentials to prove I'm telling you the truth.
Here. Now, here they are.
All right, here are my credentials. And let me have this bottle.
What? Johnny Dollar, freelance. But you're selling them.
Now, they can't all be loaded with...
Let me have one of those pills so I can... Here, now...
All right, that one you took. Maybe from the bottom of the bottle. Because of the way they fell on the table when I spilled them out.
What possible difference could... Oh.
Huh?
Oh, my dear, I've broken a tooth.
No, you haven't. All right, spit it out into my hand.
I certainly will.
Come on.
All right. Here.
Broken tooth, huh?
What?
Ever see a more perfect yellow diamond than this?
Diamond?
Over a carat, I'd say. No wonder he had to make the pill so big.
But I don't...
Oh, and what a beautiful stunt. Who would ever think to question a bottle of nerve pills carried to Hong Kong by such a sweet, pretty little old lady?
Well, but...
And once there, either Mickey or one of his pals would take them away from you.
Mr. Dollar...
But instead, we'll just dissolve the sugar coating off the rest of these and... Mrs. Peterson.
Well, yes, Mr. Dollar.
How would you like some extra spending money on this trip? Say, a couple of $1,000?
Couple of $1,000?
And all you have to do is come along with me and tell the police where you got this bottle of pills.
But I'm afraid I still...
Well?
Well, of course.
Proof. That was all Lieutenant Berry needed. The Canary Diamonds are home again. And that'll save Philly Mutual from having to pay off a big claim. And Eastern Trust and Insurance has plenty of reason to drop O'Banion as a client. After all, he ought to be out of circulation for a long, long time. Expense account total $2,044.25. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Now here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the roughest, toughest, and most unusual investigations I ever get involved in. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Chet Stratton, Harry Bartell, Barney Phillips, and Paul Frees. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Stay tuned now for another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
You're tuned to Radio 590 WROW in Albany, New York.
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Poorman, Johnny, down here in Sarasota.
Earl, so how's the insurance business down in Florida these days, to say nothing of the fishing?
Well, why don't you come down here and find out for yourself? But now listen.
I'm listening.
You remember how my home is situated out here on St. Armand's Key?
Well, sure, I ought to. I've been there often enough.
It's near the end of a long bayou that comes in from Sarasota Bay.
Yeah, and the bayou is lined with expensive homes, private docks, and it's full of mullets, sea trout, sheepshead, flounder. So what about it?
Johnny, what would you think if I told you I'd sold a man $50,000 worth of straight life insurance?
Well, I think you were just doing your normal... Huh? Did you call to talk fishing or business?
Listen, will you?
Okay. What would I think if you sold a man a $50,000 policy? And?
And then, 3 days later, just this morning, as a matter of fact, found his body floating under my dock.
Oh. Okay, Earl. I think I'd better grab the first plane I can.
That's what I think.
And not to go fishing.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Talk about best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Sarasota office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Bayou body matter. Expense account, item 1, $73.50, plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to Tampa, Florida. There I'd figured on getting a ferry plane to Sarasota, but instead Earl Poorman met me at the international airport with his car.
Oh, Johnny, I'm glad you got down here so quickly. You realize I only phoned you about 5 hours ago?
Yeah, Earl, I just finished my breakfast.
Matter of fact, I called you before I even contacted the police.
Then you probably aren't sure whether it was natural death or suicide or what, huh?
We'll find out what the police have found out when we get to Sarasota. You ask me, though, I think the old man simply went out on his dock this morning, had a heart attack, keeled over, and by the time he floated down to my place, he was dead.
Who was he?
Well, his name, Johnny, is Ralph P. Carter. He lived in the fourth home up the bayou from mine.
That new place that was just being built the last time I was down here?
That's the one. He was a man of 64. Used to live in New York, where he had a business of some kind. But he had some heart trouble, so he quit and came down here to live and take it easy.
Pretty well to do?
Considering the house he put up, the way he and his wife lived, I'd say he was loaded. Matter of fact, I happen to know he was. Fancy car, private dock,
Has
nice
a wife,
speedboat.
you say?
Yes.
Uh-huh. How old is she, Earl?
About 50.
You know what I was thinking, of course.
What?
Oh, if he'd been married to some much younger gal and having money and some insurance, but you know.
Huh? You were thinking his wife had knocked him over to collect on this policy I sold him?
Such things have happened, Earl.
Well, it didn't this time for several reasons. One. He already owned a couple of other policies issued by some company up north, big ones, totaling over $200,000. Two. Both he and his wife have so much in blue chip stock, so much in the bank that, well, that $200,000 won't mean a thing to her.
Funny, then, that he should buy $50,000 more from you.
Third, Carter's wife never knew about this policy I sold him.
Oh?
No. Nor is she named as beneficiary of it.
Who is?
Hold your hat, Johnny. This is right out of the pulp magazines.
What do you mean?
The beneficiary happens to be a former stripper.
Stripper? You mean from burlesque?
That's exactly what I mean. Her name is Mitzi Taylor. She lives up in New York.
I see. You know the connection, Earl?
Well, from what he told me when he bought the policy, well, I guess he'd known her pretty well in the old days, before he and his present wife got married. They were only married about 3 years ago, incidentally.
Incidentally, huh?
Well, what's that mean?
Earl, I got a kind of funny idea cooking in the back of my head. About his wife, I mean.
About his wife?
Yeah, let's get on down to Sarasota and find out what the police have learned. The police hadn't wasted any time. After recovering the body from the bayou, they'd immediately turned it over to the coroner, Dr. Phillips. Sergeant Edwards, who was in charge of the case, made us cool our heels until the coroner could finish his preliminary examinations.
But why an autopsy, Sergeant? You mean you suspect foul play, something like that?
He was alone. He was unattended when he died, Mr. Pullman. That means an autopsy is mandatory.
Oh.
Hey, tell me this, Sergeant. Do you yourself have any reason to be suspicious of how Mr. Carter may have died?
You don't mind, sir. I'd rather wait until Dr. Phillips is through before we talk about it.
Which means you did find something suspicious.
I didn't say that, sir.
Well, you might just as well have. Did you talk to Mrs. Carter?
No, sir.
What?
It happens she isn't home.
Then she doesn't know her husband is dead?
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Oh, come on. Now, wait a minute. Sergeant, that's a pretty evasive answer.
Truth is, Mr. Dollar, it was meant to be.
Oh, great, great. Then I can expect a lot of cooperation from this department.
All we can possibly give you, sir. When we find out what we have to go on.
Yeah. Earl, do you know if Carter had a regular physician?
Yeah, Dr. Theo Foote, Johnny.
We've checked with him, Mr. Dollar.
And?
Mr. Carter's heart condition was such that he was ready to go at any moment, and without warning.
But if you're suspicious of something else...
Have I given you any real reason to be suspicious?
Now, look, Sergeant, let's not be...
Dr. Phillips.
Johnny Dollar.
Hiya, Doc.
I might have known you'd be called in on this, Johnny. You certainly got down here in a hurry. Mr. Pullman.
Hello, Coroner.
Did you find out anything, Doctor?
You were right, Sergeant. I've got a lot more work to do, of course, before making out my report on this case, but there's no question about it. Mr. Carter died neither from a heart attack nor from drowning.
Oh? What did kill him, Doc?
He was struck so hard at the base of the skull that death must have been instantaneous.
Murder, Johnny.
And without question, the murder weapon was the wrought iron poker that you found there in his home.
No reason for suspicion, Sergeant?
Thanks, Doctor. I'll get out an APB on Mrs. Carter right away.
I think you'd better.
And, Mr. Dollar, I'm afraid you'll just have to wait around until we pick her up.
You, want to bet on that?
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Bonjour, I am Jacques Leroy, expert on the stereophonic phonograph. I will now clear up this whole subject. S'il vous plaît, listen to ordinary stereo. A girl crossing the street. Eh bien, now on Columbia Stereo 1. Ah, that was a pretty girl crossing the street. Quelle différence! The fantastic Columbia Stereo 1 phonograph gives you all the realism and excitement of a live performance. Oh, in a moment, mademoiselle. Oh la la. Oh, pardon. You see, only Columbia has exclusive stereo projection. Not just a few separated speakers, no, but multiple speakers that send interlocking circles of sound through every inch of a room. See the Columbia phonograph, man, tout de suite. Columbia Stereo 1 portable start at $39.95. Consoles from $129.95. Attendez, ma chérie! Wait for me!
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Bayou Body Matter.
The machinery is in operation, Mr. Dollar, and as soon as we get any word as to the whereabouts of Mrs. Carter, we'll let you know.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Earl, just how much did you know about Carter and his wife?
Well, you know how it is, Johnny. There was some talk about their not getting along too well, but...
I've thoroughly investigated, Mr. Dollar. They fought like cats and dogs.
Well, now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
At times, that is. At times. According to the people next door, they had quite an argument just last night.
Oh?
At one time, according to these people, she hollered at him, "I could kill you, Ralph. I could kill you."
Yeah, well, that's not proof that she did.
No? Then why would she say it?
Haven't you ever told somebody you'd like to kill him?
Well, saying I'd like to, or saying I could or would are two different things. And look here, sir. If she didn't do it, then why would she hightail it out of town early this morning?
All those neighbors reported that she did?
Yes, sir. She drove away from their place at approximately the same time as the coroner says he was killed.
Well, let's face it, Johnny. The sergeant must be right. She must have done it.
No question about it, Mr. Dollar.
But why? What could her motive have been?
Who knows? Could have been most anything. Now that we know there was friction between them...
And what about his money? She stands to be worth an awful lot with him out of the way. And don't you forget for 1 minute she's much younger than he was. Not only that, but she's a nice, healthy, attractive woman, too. And he, with his heart condition, well, he was probably just a millstone around her neck.
Makes sense, Johnny.
Sure it does.
Did you or the coroner find any fingerprints on that poker that was used on him?
No, sir. But there was some lint from a pair of cotton gloves on it.
All right, then.
Johnny.
All right.
I've seen Mrs. Carter many times. She prides herself on her dress. She can afford to. And I've never seen her outside that house without a hat and without a pair of gloves. And, of course, a lot of people wear gloves when they drive a car.
Okay.
Now, don't you worry, Mr. Dollar. The APB is out, and every highway north of Bradenton, south of Venice, and east of Arcadia is being watched for her. When we get her, I'll let you know.
Yeah, you do that. Come on, Earl, let's have some lunch.
Sure. Nothing more we can do here.
Reach you at Mr. Pullman's house, I take it.
Don't bank on it, Sergeant. So Earl drove me to his home on St. Armand's Key, and by then I was beginning to wish I'd made the trip to Florida solely for purposes of fishing the blue waters of the Gulf with him. But then, after saying hello to his charming wife and having a drink and a good lunch with them, I walked over to the Carter place, 100 yards or so up the bayou. Much to my surprise, there was no policeman there to keep an eye on things in case Mrs. Carter should return. I was even more surprised to find the side door standing wide open. So, needless to say, I walked in and looked around. One of the first things that caught my eye in a den off the living room was a desk. It was locked, but I managed to pry it open without too much difficulty. And there, among other things, kind of half hidden away in a folder, I found some canceled checks, a whole series of them, written twice a year for a period of over 3 years. They were made out to Mitzi Taylor, the ex-Burley Queen. Pretty sizable checks, too, all for the same amount of money. No wonder he'd kept this desk locked. But during one period of time, well, 3 checks that should have been there were missing. And it gave me an idea. Out in the living room was another desk, a tambour, obviously Mrs. Carter's. Hidden away in the bottom of one of the drawers of that desk were the 3 missing checks. Huh?
I beg your pardon.
Mrs. Carter?
That's right. Who are you?
Johnny Dollar, special investigator for one of your husband's insurance companies.
Special investigator?
Yeah, here. My credentials.
I see. And has my husband sent for you?
Your husband?
Of course. Where is he?
You mind telling me where you've been since early this morning, Mrs. Carter?
I don't know why not. I was somewhat upset this morning, and, well, being a woman, I chose to do something a man probably wouldn't understand. I've been at a beauty parlor.
Where?
Just this side of Bradenton.
All right, now, Mrs.
And
Carter.
if this is some kind of inquisition, I had a shampoo, a set, and a manicure.
Tell me just one thing. Did you leave this house before or after your husband died?
I don't believe Ralph was even up at the time. Ralph, dead.
His body was found in the bayou this morning. Or did you know that?
Oh, I am shocked, Mr. Dollar. Terribly shocked. I am not sorry.
Go on, Mrs. Carter.
I married Ralph 3 years ago. It was my second marriage. My first husband, though very wealthy, was a... I don't know why I'm telling you this.
Go on, please.
I thought that Ralph, because he was older than I would... Well, I thought that with my money he'd be content to settle down to the quiet sort of home life I'd owe. Don't you see, it was only for my money that he married me. The only woman he ever cared about, whom he continued to support with my money, was a horrible... See, you've been through my desk.
Yes.
I'd known about her for some time, Mr. Dollar. But yesterday, when I found those checks in his desk...
Would you call them motive for murder, Mrs. Carter?
I told him I would divorce him. I told him last night. I'm afraid it was quite a scene, but I... Good heavens.
All right, now listen carefully. I want you to answer my questions carefully, regardless of how absurd you may think they are.
Well, all right.
You always wear gloves, don't you?
What? Well, of course.
This kind of gloves, like you're wearing now?
Only this kind. I have them made for me in France and sent to me on special order.
Even when you're working in the garden, say?
Of course. I save the old ones for that kind of thing. Any other kind of cotton or wool or domestic leather I'm allergic to. But, Mr. Dollar, I don't understand why...
Such a little thing, and yet...
What?
And yet murder cases have been solved on a whole lot less.
Murder? Did you say murder?
So you found her for us, Dollar.
Oh, Sergeant Edwards.
So maybe you private dicks do have some value after all. All right, Mrs. Carter.
Yes, Sergeant.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of murdering your husband.
You what? Now, just a minute,
May as
young
well
man.
go along with him, Mrs. Carter.
But, Mr. Dollar,
But I'm glad you threw that word suspicion in there, Sergeant.
What's that?
Yeah, it may save you from being sued for a lot of money.
Huh?
Yeah. For false arrest.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Welcome, recording star Mel Torme.
It's terrible trying to sing with a bad cold. So I always take 4-way cold tablets to relieve cold miseries fast.
Good idea. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When you catch cold, try my way. Take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
Now, here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Had dandruff for years? Now get rid of it in 3 minutes with Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, embarrassing dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave hair up to 35% brighter. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
After getting the address of Missy Taylor from him, I persuaded Earl Palmer to drive in a hurry to the airport up at Tampa. Item 2, 6795, plane fare to New York. It was very late by the time I arrived there, but item 3, $6 for a taxi to the neighborhood of Mitzi's apartment. Item 4, 10 cents for a phone call. And then I crossed my fingers. This was hardly the scientific approach to the solution of a murder case. I wouldn't get to first base if I had to identify myself over the phone. But she gave me a break.
Hello?
Mitzi?
Yeah, that's right. This is... Louis?
Yeah, Louis.
What's the matter with you? Why are you talking like that?
Trying to keep my voice down.
Listen, didn't I tell you not to call me from down there in Florida? Come right back here. Louis, are you back here in New York already?
Took a plane.
Did you take care of Ralph Carter?
Don't worry, baby. It'll be in all the papers.
Okay. And come on over here and I'll pay you off.
Sure.
But then you're to clear out. You're to get out of this town as far away from me as you can.
Sure.
Okay. Come on over.
Yeah, a real break. Now it was up to me to take the fullest possible advantage of it. Item 5, another dime for another phone call, this time to Lieutenant Randy Singer at the 18th Precinct.
No question about it, Johnny. Old man Carter must have known that sooner or later his wife would catch on to all the money he's been giving his dame.
Right.
And maybe he was getting tired of sending out those checks.
Right. So to get off the hook and still provide for Mitzi, he named her as beneficiary to a $50,000 insurance policy. Sure, his wife would know about it after he died, but she wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, but little Mitzi just couldn't wait, huh?
Now, look, I don't anticipate any trouble with her, Randy, but if you're going to be around for a while, well, after I've wrapped it all up, I'll call you to come over and make the arrest, huh?
Seems to me you have got it all wrapped up.
Sit tight, Randy, and I'll call you.
Yeah, who is it?
Louis.
Louis, huh?
Do you mind if I come in, Mitzi?
Now, who are you?
Johnny Dollar, special investigator.
Yeah? For who?
The company that issued that $50,000 policy you are not going to collect on.
You know something, Johnny? That's where you're wrong.
Oh, you think so?
Did you see Ralph Carter's body floating around in that bayou down there in Florida?
I'm afraid I didn't.
Well, you should have, Johnny. Because then you'd know what you're going to look like floating down the dirty East River.
Sorry, Mitzi, but, hey, wait a minute. How did you know Carter's body was thrown into the bayou?
You took too long getting over here, Johnny, after that phony phone call. Come on in, Louis. Take care of him.
What?
One move for a gun and I blow your head off, mister. Go ahead, Mitzi. Take his gun away.
Okay, I've got it.
Now keep it on him while I take him apart so we can feed the fish out in that river.
No, wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait till I close the door to the corridor so that... What?
That's right, Mitzi. Don't bother.
Cops! The cops!
Drop it, Louis! Okay, boys. Take what's left of them out of here.
Right, Lieutenant.
Maybe you better put some cuffs on the dame.
Right. Come on, baby.
Hiya, Johnny. Fancy meeting you here.
Very funny.
And, hey, what happened? I thought you were going to call me back.
Oh, stop hamming it up, will you, Randy? But, thanks.
Think nothing of it.
Louis managed to survive, and I understand that the way he shut up his mouth in the hospital, well, I understand he pretty much cinched the case against both himself and Mitzi. So, expense account total, including a big midnight supper for Randy and myself and a train back to Hartford, $168.65. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. This is the cold season. What do medical authorities say about the common cold? Doctors tell us there is no known drug which will cure a cold. There are effective medications for treating complications, accompanying or following a cold. If you've been taking sensible precautions and still have one cold after another, it's best to see your doctor. And here's more good advice. When you have a cold and need a laxative, that's the time to rely on gentle X-Lax. Pleasant-tasting, chocolated X-Lax helps you toward your normal regularity gently overnight. X-Lax gets along with any cold remedies you may be taking, and X-Lax works where nature wants, in the lower tract, not the stomach. Taken at bedtime, X-Lax won't disturb sleep, gives you the closest thing to natural action the next morning. You're well on your way toward your normal regularity, without upset or discomfort. So when you have a cold and need a laxative, take X-Lax, the laxative you can use with complete confidence. X-Lax helps you toward your normal regularity gently overnight. X-Lax. Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, next week I take another trip to Florida, and I still don't get a chance to go fishing. Instead, a lesson in how not to commit a murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Lillian Bayef, Vic Perrin, Sam Edwards, Barney Phillips, Herb Vigran, and Frank Gerstle. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
Gentlemen, your attention, please. Now, here's the problem. Your pilot is flying a 400,000-pound, 650-mile-per-hour B-52D Stratofortress. Now, with the weather, wind, and bomb load information provided on your test sheet, I want you to figure your estimated time of arrival at point X on the map, 2,109 miles away.
Quite a knotty problem, isn't it? But not for the fledgling navigators in U.S. Air Force aviation cadet training. You see, these men have a firm background in astronavigation, electronics, engineering, and allied fields. They are eminently prepared to cope with the most intricate navigational situations. College men between 19 and 26 and a half. Find out today if you can qualify as an Air Force navigator. If so, you're in for a prestige position with a brilliant future. See your local Air Force recruiter today for complete details.
WROW, Radio 59.
Johnny Dollar.
Clark Tracy at Providential Assurance Company.
Yeah, hiya, Clark.
I'm glad I caught you in. Are you free to take an assignment?
Sure, why not?
Did you ever hear of Kennett, Missouri?
No.
It's a small town about 100 miles south of Memphis, Tennessee.
So what goes?
We have a little office in Kennett, only it's become pretty obvious that we put the wrong man in charge of it a few months ago.
What do you mean?
His name is Charles Kingsley St. Clair. Lived in Boston most of his life, and he's a Harvard man.
So?
He doesn't have the least idea how to deal with those people when it comes to any problems or adjustments. In other words, he simply doesn't belong.
Well, the answer to that ought to be easy enough. Transfer him. Give him a job somewhere up here in New England.
Exactly what we plan to do, and close up the office there in Kennett.
Okay, then why call on me?
Because of the death of one of the few remaining policyholders down there, a man named Casper Crump.
Yeah?
His widow, Eupha Crump, has to be paid the $5,000 as due her and, of course, sign for it.
Well, what's so tough about that?
St. Clair says that he can't do it.
Why not?
If you must know the truth, he sounded somewhat scared of the whole idea.
Oh, now listen.
So, Johnny, will you go on out there and take care of this thing for us and get us off the hook?
But on the strength of what little you've told me.
I know, but I'm sure St. Clair will be able to make it all perfectly clear to you. So I'll wire to him that you're on your way, okay?
Oh, no, look.
Johnny, I promise I'll okay your expense account without question, even tack on some kind of a fee.
Well, now you're talking a language I understand. If the fee is big enough?
Then you'll do it, fine.
Now take it easy until we settle
I'll wire him right away.
Clark!
Then wait to get your report.
Wait a minute, will you?
Thanks a million, Johnny. Bye.
Clark! Hello.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Next time you refresh, enjoy a frosty, ice-cold Pepsi-Cola.
Sociability, Charlie.
All right, Kay, how's this? Pepsi is light, refreshes without filling. You like to refresh? Have a Pepsi right now.
Well, offer it to everybody, Charlie.
I will. Enjoy Pepsi at the fountain. It's delicious at home, too. Have one at lunch or with a snack.
Charlie.
At the beach or at dinner. Wherever you go, wherever you're thirsty.
Pepsi is there.
It's here, too, in our Be Sociable song.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
For the weekend, have plenty of Pepsi around. Pick up an extra carton today. CK, I'm sociable.
With Pepsi, everyone is.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Providential Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the moonshine matter. Expense account item 1, $75.45 plane ticket from Hartford to New York to Memphis, Tennessee. Item 2, $301 for a bus to Kennett, Missouri. I arrived shortly after noon.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, I shall be glad to get away from here and get back to civilized country again, where I won't be looked at askance because I choose to dress for dinner.
I see.
I must admit that some of the natives living here in town are fine people, intelligent people.
Oh, I'm sure they must be. This looks like a nice town.
But the ones out in the country to whom my predecessor sold insurance, life insurance.
Yeah, what about them, Miss Sinclair?
Poor white trash is all they are. Ignorant, illiterate, moonshiners for the most part.
Oh?
Only half a dozen of the policies he issued even have signatures on them. The rest are signed with an X. The people didn't even know what they were buying.
Your predecessor must have been quite a salesman.
Hardly a fit representative for a large insurance company, which, of course, is why the company got rid of him. Yes, Mr. Dollar, I shall be glad to get away from this, but until the insurance payment can be made to Mrs. Eufa Crump.
Well, any reason why you just can't call her in here and hand her a check?
Call her? How?
What do you mean?
She lives in the swamp, Mr. Dollar.
In the swamp?
20-mile swamp up north of here. It's terrible country. It's hardly fit habitation, even for the wildcats and coons and otter and the cottonmouths that infest it. A treacherous, swampy jungle.
Ah, I see.
A veritable nest of moonshiners, too. And if you think a gentleman would dare to simply walk in among those people...
So I'm no gentleman, so you sent for me.
And don't forget that Caspar Crump died under, shall we say, questionable circumstances.
Oh, now, what do you mean by that?
The natives all said it was murder.
What do the police say?
The police have sense enough to leave these people alone. They stay away from them.
Oh, great.
But, Mr. Dollar, if you can somehow clear up this one remaining account, get this money in to Mrs. Eufa Crump, and I have it here in cash all ready for you.
Stick my neck out to save yours, huh?
To be honest about it, yes.
Okay. Let's say I'll try. How do I get to this 20-mile swamp? St. Clair drew me a rough map, handed me the $5,000, and wished me luck. Item 3 is $20 deposit on a rental car from one of the local garages. And what a car. It should have hit the junk heap 15 years ago and was actually held together in spots with baling wire. The left-hand door was closed with the help of a piece of rope. But it was transportation of a sort. I headed west a few miles and then north into some of the wildest country I've ever seen. It reminded me of the Everglades in Florida. The so-called road I followed was a deeply rutted set of wagon tracks full of mud and potholes. On both sides, the brush-covered, soggy swamp. There were huge, rotting logs crawling with water moccasins out sunning themselves. Yeah, I was glad I had some kind of a path to follow. And then up ahead, I saw a shack sitting on stilts to keep it above floodwater. But as I slowed down to make a turn over toward it, the gunshot from over by the cabin smashed into the windshield. I stepped on it and spun the wheel to get away. But the second shot caught a front tire. The car went into a skid.
Are you smoking more now, but enjoying it less? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. Are you looking for flavor and mildness? cigarette, a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
If you're smoking more today, but enjoying it less, try Camels. The Camel blend of costly Turkish and domestic tobaccos has never been equal for rich flavor, easygoing mildness, real smoking satisfaction every time you light up. The best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Moonshine Matter.
When I came to, I was lying beside the car at the edge of the muddy wagon tracks. As for my gun, well, it must have been thrown out of the holster into the swamp. I started to rise to see how much damage had been done to the car. But then I saw them. Two lanky, hard-faced men, dressed in tattered jeans. One of them, the taller of the two, carried a long rifle, a vintage I'd seen only in museums. The other had picked up a piece of a tree limb for a club. And so, as they came warily over to where I lay, I decided wisdom is the better part of valor. I played possum.
I tell you, you made a mistake, Morphy. He ain't no revenue. Can't you see that?
Maybe cash and maybe not.
Of course he ain't. I know every revenue in these parts, Morphy, and he ain't one of them.
You think I killed him, Cass?
He didn't hit that there tree hard enough to hurt his car none serious.
And who is he, Cass?
First we finds out if he's still alive or if he's dead.
Well, I'm keeping this here gun onto him.
You still alive, mister? See that, Morphy? He ain't still alive.
What happened?
Now, you watch him, Cass.
Who are you?
Me, my name's Cass Dingle, and this here is Morphy Teed. Now, you put down that gun, Morphy.
You ask him who he is, Cass.
Who are you, mister?
Name is Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
What you doing out here, Mr. Dollar?
Well, I've come with some money. Some insurance money for Mrs. Eufa Crump.
What's that mean, Cass?
It mean that Miss Eufa gets some money on account of Casper was killed. She's a mighty fine woman, Mr. Dollar.
She's a mighty fine woman, Mr. Johnny.
You shut up, Morphy. Just 'cause I got a fancy for taking care of Miss Eufa now that Casper's gone, it's none of your business. Now, how much you got for Miss Eufa, Mr. Johnny?
$5,000.
What's the matter, you, Cass? Can't you see we got to get Miss Johnny and all that money over to Miss Eufa? Now, come on now.
If he be all right. You all right, Mr. Johnny?
Well, give me your hand and we'll find out.
Yes, sir. There you are, Mr. Johnny.
Why, Mr. Johnny.
What's the matter?
That now holster. Ain't you got a gun for hit?
I'm afraid my gun is somewhere out in that swamp.
Now, that's too bad, ain't it, Cap?
Morphy's right, Mr. Johnny. There's some folks around here liable they'd shoot first and find out about you after.
Some folks, huh?
Now, I made a mistake, Mr. Johnny, and I'm real sorry. But Cass, he meant somebody like Dade Whopper.
Yeah, who's Dade Whopper?
Why, he's the one that killed off Casper Crump.
You sure of that?
Yes, sir.
Dade Whopper.
But no matter who you are, you better look out for him, Mr. Johnny.
Why do you say that?
No matter who you are, he ain't gonna believe it. He's gonna think you come in here after him.
Even if you tell him different?
Even if the good Lord himself told him different. But now I got a jug in that cabin, Mr. Johnny. It'll fix you up real good. Then me and you can take the money to Miss Eufa.
And you better come back here and find your gun in case Dade Whopper shows up.
Oh, don't worry about it. As soon as I turn over that money to Eufa Crump, I'm on my way.
Here's Hollywood star Mona Freeman.
Who feels like acting with a miserable cold? I relieve cold distress the fast way with 4-way cold tablets.
Yes, tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. Amazing 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains and headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
When a cold strikes, do what I do. Take 4-way cold tablets. It's the fast way to relieve nasty cold distress and feel better quickly.
4-way, only 29 cents.
And now here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Cass Dingle's cabin. Well, I'm afraid I've never stepped into a more squalid, filthy, grimy place. How a human being could ever live in it, much less call it his home.
After I join up with Miss Eufa, maybe she'll make it even nicer. Maybe even hang up some of them lacy curtains.
Anyhow, on the excuse I needed all the fresh air I could get, I sat on the doorsill. As for the jug of corn liquor that Cass dug up, brother.
Right out of Casper Crump's big still. That's Miss Eufa's now. The best there is.
The first gulp had me gasping for breath. I felt like I was on fire inside. So Cass strained the tadpoles out of some branch water for a chaser. After the second snort, I was ready to tackle anybody in the world single-handed. Even Dade Whopper.
I told you that'd fix you up. And now, oughtn't we go see Miss Eufa?
Yeah, sure, Cass, why not? Only, where's Morphy?
Oh, he took in his dugout and went on ahead to say the good news.
Dugout?
So me and you, we'll go in mine.
Well, sir, if you've never ridden in one of those tiny dugouts, you have something not to look forward to. Every minute as he pulled us along through the swamp, I was sure the narrow little craft would tip over. But he handled it well, and after a quarter mile or so up the slough, as he called it, we landed in front of another, a larger cabin. But then...
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah? What is it, Morphy?
One of Eufa's young uns, the spoilt one.
You mean that no-good lazy hun?
That's the one, Cass. He heard me tell Miss Johnny's here. He run off to tell Dade Whopper.
Oh, that ain't good, Miss Johnny. He'll be coming here after you.
Ah, so what? Stop worrying about it, Cass. We'll just take things as they come.
But Dade Whopper's poison.
Dade Whopper's poison?
Yeah, well, stop worrying. Let's go in and see Mrs. Crump.
Now, Mr. Johnny, I hate to say this.
Well?
But when somebody says stop worrying about Dade Whopper...
Yeah?
I sure hope none of that white mule ain't gone to your head, Mr. Johnny.
Mrs. Eufa Crump, much to my surprise, turned out to be a rather nice-looking girl of about 20, despite the fact she was the mother of 4 kids. Her cabin boasted 4 separate rooms, a couple of worn-out rugs on the floor, some lace curtains. With almost childish delight, she put her ex on the receipt for the insurance and stuffed the money into a hiding place under the floor, then made no bones about the fact that most of it would go to improving the moonshine still her husband had left her with.
And with Cass, you're helping me. It's going to be the best still in all these here now parts.
Well, good for you, Mrs. Crump.
And, Cass, I'm going to see that you get yourself a nice suit of clothes, a whole suit.
Oh, now, Eufa.
And, Mr. Johnny, I thank you very much, sir.
My pleasure, Eufa.
Only now, you two better get on your way. If that brat of mine, that Lacey, has found Dade Whopper and told him...
Dade Whopper.
What, Morphy?
Dade Whopper. He's a-coming down the slough in his dugout. He's gotten that shotgun with him, too, that he loads up with slugs, and he's coming after you, Mr. Johnny.
Mr. Johnny, me and you, we better get out of here.
Oh, now listen to me, Cass.
He's all liquored up, and he ain't going to stop to argue with nobody.
Then, Cass, you and Mr. Johnny get on out of here real fast.
With three of us here? Now listen, all of you.
No, sir, Mr. Johnny. Now you come on with me.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips. It's not polite to smack your lips, but you can't help it with Fritos, corn chips. Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
Whenever you have a party or friends drop in, serve a bowl of crisp Fritos corn chips and watch your guests dig in. They're golden chips of corn just made to munch. Serve them plain or with your favorite dip. There's a special Fritos in a king-size style that's just right for dips.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
You'll find Fritos corn chips taste just right whenever the occasion calls for good munching. They have such good, crisp flavor, such good-for-you nourishment, there's contentment in every munch. Get Fritos today, Fritos, Fritos corn chips.
Munch, munch, munch a bunch of Fritos, corn chips.
And now, Act 4 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Morphy was scared. My gun was somewhere out in the swamp. So again, it was a case of letting wisdom be the better part of valor. Especially after Morphy made it plain that even his rifle wouldn't mean a thing against Whopper when he'd had a jugful. Morphy promised to do all he could to keep Dade from following us. But by the time Cass and I got halfway down the slough, we could see Dade coming after us. And he was a big man, too. And though Cass was mighty skillful with the pushing pole, he kept gaining on us.
We can't make it, Mr. Johnny.
Then push us in anywhere, Cass.
But we can try, sir. We can try.
Morphy say that he keeps that thing loaded with slugs?
Yes, sir. Drunk or sober. He can hit anything with hit.
Then pull us over and we'll take our chances in the woods. He's not more than 35 or 40. Cass was dead before he hit the water. I jumped over after him into the shallow swamp. I started swimming over to a sort of island, a big grassy hummock. And over my shoulder I could see that Dade was raising his gun again, aiming at me. I grabbed a lungful of air and went under. Changed my course, swimming toward a patch of tules, hoping I'd have enough breath to get to it. Several times as I swam along under the surface, I brushed aside something living. Maybe they were moccasins, I don't know. But they were nothing to the danger from the drink-crazed man with a shotgun. Finally, my lungs bursting, I reached the tules and came to the surface, emerging slowly and breathing as quietly as I could.
Dollar! Dollar! I know you're out here. I know you come to get me, too, for killing Castle Crump.
I held my breath.
But you ain't gonna. But I'm gonna get you first. There ain't nobody get you away from me, you hear me? I can see the mud you stirred when you come up.
He could track me by the mud I'd stirred up when I'd swum along on the water. He was ready with a shotgun to do the same thing to me he'd done to Cass, to kill me. And all I had were my two bare hands and my wits. I could hear him coming closer, closer. He was at the other side of the patch of tules now, his gun ready for me. I could see his hulking shadow now.
I got you now, Dollar. I'm going to kill you now.
Quietly, I slipped under the water again, and I swam hard for where I'd seen him. And then I found his legs, and with all the strength I had, I lifted him. No, you Dave! But he missed, and I struck him, and I struck him, and I struck him. So maybe those people were pretty much a law unto themselves. But Dade Whopper went back to Kennett. There he'll stand trial for 2 murders. And I'll just continue to poke along in this soft, cozy little job of mine. Yeah. Expense account total, including some new clothes and a trip back to Hartford, $340 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation is something people don't talk much about.
but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Now, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say. A laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence. Well, pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Well, next week I go deep underground, into a copper mine, to meet a killer in the dark. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Harry Bartell, Ben Wright, Sam Edwards, Vic Perrin, and Ralph Moody. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Here are the facts. 2 out of every 3 persons in New York State under 40 years of age have now received at least 1 dose of the Salk vaccine. Over half of these people have received the 3 doses needed for maximum protection.
If you are not vaccinated against polio, the time may come when you will need this iron lung. What will your children do then?
Your New York State Health Department urges you to be vaccinated against polio now. This is important for people of all ages and especially important for those under 40, the age group where the incidence of polio is the greatest. Remember, Salk vaccine is safe and effective in preventing paralytic polio.
WROW Albany, where you get a new exciting morning glow with the Bob Kennedy Show. 6 to 10 on Radio 59.
Johnny Dollar.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment.
Sorry, Pat, but the answer is no.
Huh?
My bags and fishing tackle are all packed.
Johnny.
My plane ticket is just waiting for me out of Bradley Field. Plane's due to take off in a few minutes, and believe me, I'm going to be on board.
Well, fine.
So don't try to stop me.
Well, because what I called you about... Well, listen, Johnny.
It's no use, Pat. I'll see you when I get back, and not until.
That's what you think.
Well, now, look, there's nothing so important that it can't wait a week or so.
Wrong, Johnny. Now, listen.
No, I'm sorry, but it's no use.
But don't you see, Johnny...
All I see is that it's time for me to get out there to the airport.
I'll drive you out.
Oh, no, you won't.
Johnny, will you listen to me?
So long, Pat.
Johnny!
And so help me if he tries chasing me out to the airport.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act 1 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Yeah, to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the wholly unexpected matter. Well, it looked as though even my taxi out to Bradley Field was conspiring against me. It developed a flat tire along the way that almost made me miss the plane. Oh, and that cab and plane fare, item 1 on the expense account, $163 even. Though I didn't realize that at the time it was going to be paid for by Universal Adjustment Bureau. Anyhow, I got to the field in the nick of time, jumped aboard the ferry plane for New York.
Just sit right here by the door, please, Mr. Dollar,
Okay.
until we get airborne. Oh, and be sure to fasten your seatbelt, please.
Yeah, sure, miss. There you are.
I thought for a minute we'd have to take off without you.
Oh, not a chance. I wouldn't have missed this plane if I'd had to fly after it under my own power.
Johnny Dollar. You're the famous private investigator, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm an insurance investigator.
Oh, I listen to every one of the exciting cases you handle every Sunday on CBS.
Do you? Good. Only, believe me, they're not as exciting as they sound.
I don't believe that.
No, it's just like any other job of work.
And as for that wild expense account of yours, thousands and thousands of dollars,
That's a very touchy subject, Miss...
Claire, my name's Claire.
I mean, after all, Claire, a man has to wangle some kind of compensation on a job like mine.
You mean because it's so risky and all, and I don't blame you a bit. Are you off on some dangerous investigation now, Mr. Dollar?
No, sirree. No, ma'am. I'm heading for a place over in western Arizona, Lake Mojave Resort on the Colorado River.
I know. The place you're always going to fish.
Well, the place where I always try to get in some fishing.
That's right. Something always happens and spoils your plans.
But not this time.
You see, I do listen to your program. But now we're airborne, Mr. Dollar, so you can get rid of the seatbelt and go up to seat 11 that I saved for you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks a lot, Claire.
Pleasure, Johnny, and I hope you have a wonderful trip.
Oh, believe me, nothing's gonna stop me this time. For once in my life, I'm gonna... Oh, no.
Yeah, I arranged for this seating myself, John.
Pat McCracken.
That's right. Sit down.
Stewardess! Claire!
Oh, John.
Help! Now, you listen to me, Pat.
Come on, sit down and make yourself
What is
easy.
it, Mr. Dollar? What's wrong?
Give me another seat on this crate.
Oh, now, Johnny.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar, but this is the only one left, and Mr. McCracken insisted that I save it for you.
Oh, he did he?
You wouldn't want to stand all the way down to New York. Besides, the airline wouldn't like it.
Now, Pat... Okay. But only as far as New York.
Yes?
Yeah.
If I were you, I wouldn't be too sure.
Yeah? All right, now you listen. The minute we land in New York, where I can pick up another plane, Pat, you and I part company.
You want to bet on that?
It's an interesting fact that many of our greatest inventions and discoveries have been hit upon accidentally by doctors, engineers, or inspired tinkerers while working toward some other objective. Thomas Edison had such an accident. While working on an advanced telegraph instrument, he noticed a faint musical sound coming from the revolving paper-covered cylinder he was using. He noticed that indentations in the paper caused the needle to vibrate, and the vibrations produced the sound. Setting aside the telegraph instrument momentarily, he experimented with the principle he had accidentally discovered. He fixed a needle to a diaphragm mounted on the short end of a horn, and arranged this apparatus so that the needle would scrape on the revolving cylinder as it turned. Instead of paper on the cylinder, he used a covering of tinfoil, and then spoke through the horn as the cylinder turned, and the vibrations of his voice caused the needle to make indentations of varying depths in the tinfoil surface. After a few models had been made and tested with minor success, Edison recited into the horn the nursery rhyme, "Mary had a little lamb." Then it was played back, and for the first time in history, a machine spoke with a man's voice. Thus the phonograph was born, an invention that grew out of an ingenious inventor's attempt to produce something else. The phonograph and all its various advancements and refinements up to today's tape recording have brought endless pleasure to millions throughout the world. More importantly, they have been used for the advancement of science and culture to an incredible degree. This is just one of many cases in which the illustrious Thomas A. Edison succeeded in his efforts by following the American inventor's traditional philosophy, there must be a way. Let's find it.
Now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the wholly unexpected matter.
When we got home from New York, I said so long and goodbye to Pat McCracken, then climbed aboard one of the big jets. But just before takeoff, who should come barging in and take the seat next to me?
Well, of course, Johnny. This is the seat that was assigned to me.
All right now, Pat. How did you know what flight I was taking out of Hartford, which one out of New York?
Easy, Johnny, easy. I simply checked with the airline back there at Bradley Field.
Ish.
Now, instead of clamming up the way you did on the trip from Hartford to New York, let's talk about this.
I'm sorry, Pat, but I'm on a vacation, and this is one time. Neither you nor anybody else is going to keep me from going out to...
Yes?
Well,
Go ahead and say it, Johnny. To Lake Mojave Resort out along the Colorado.
How did... I mean... Oh, what makes you think that?
Well, where else in the world would you go to get away from it all for a few days?
Well, lots of places.
Not this time.
How do you know?
I'm just betting on it. That's why I dragged along all my fishing tackle.
Huh?
Sure. After hearing you rave about the place all these years, I decided it was high time I took a crack at it, too.
Now, wait a minute. Just a minute.
Yes, Johnny.
You mean that when you called me back at my apartment, it wasn't about some kind of an assignment?
Farthest thing from my mind.
Oh, yeah?
Honor bright.
What? Then why didn't you say so?
So who had a chance? Well, do we go fishing together or don't we?
All right, just one condition, Pat. Not one single word of business until we get back to Hartford.
Who said anything about business? Don't you think I need a vacation now and then as much as you do?
Okay, then, okay. Now, that's settled.
That's settled, yeah. Now, make with some talk about those nice big fish that we're gonna...
Okay, Huh? What's the matter?
Nothing. Been looking at that fellow sitting up there in the seat next to the emergency exit.
Oh, what about him?
Nothing really. It's just that he looks very familiar, and what's more, I'm sure he was also aboard the plane out of Hartford.
Oh, so were several other people. Remember, the plane was full.
Yes, and I tried to tell you about the way he kept looking back at you in a funny sort of
now,
way.
quit it, Pat. Just
well,
quit
it's a fact, John. Oh, look, did you see that? He gave us a quick glance and then buried his face in his magazine again.
So what?
Well, almost as though he didn't want to be seen by us.
Now, you look here,
Are
Pat.
you sure that you don't recognize him? That face is mighty familiar.
Well, it isn't to me, so forget it and relax and let's enjoy ourselves.
Funny little scar on his cheek when he half turned just... Johnny, are you sure you didn't...
Now, I said forget it.
Okay, whatever you say.
At Los Angeles, we grabbed another ferry plane, this one to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Johnny, look, that same man aboard, and don't tell me so what.
It was late when we arrived at the fabulous city of Chance out there in the middle of the Mojave Desert. So we grabbed a cab into the Hotel Sahara. That's item 2, $1.25. Item 3 is $16 for a suite of rooms. Item 4 is $12.20 for a couple of drinks and a good meal. Then we dropped into the casino. Oh, real excitement. Yeah, watching the little ivory ball click around the roulette wheel, the snap of cards at the blackjack table, the rattle of dice, the click of poker chips, the ring of silver dollars, and over it all, the constant chuck and whir of the slot machines. Pat and I had separated, and by some stroke of good luck, I did all right with the dice. So I hauled my stack of chips over to the cashier's cage and collected, believe it or not.
200, 300, 350, 60, $365.
Right on the nose. Thanks very much.
Yes, sir. Next, please.
Johnny, there you are.
Yeah, I sure am. Well, how you doing, Pat?
All right, fine. Now listen.
Yeah?
That man we saw on the plane...
That you saw?
Well, I saw him again a little while ago while you were at the roulette table. He was watching you, and when he saw me watching him...
Now, Pat, would
Johnny,
you... Probably, look, half a dozen people from Hartford have taken this same set of planes out here. After all, it's vacation time. A lot of people.
Okay, Johnny, I hope you're right.
Oh, sure I'm right. Now, look, let's get some sleep, and first thing in the morning, we'll head down to the lake, huh? Come on.
Well, whatever you say, only
stop worrying, will you? Will you?
Sure, Johnny, sure.
Any American accused of a serious crime has the right to a jury trial. But you also have the right to have your case decided by a jury in most civil cases when you are suing in the federal courts for damages or for the recovery of your property. Do you know when you can exercise this right? The answer is in the Constitution. The 7th Amendment says that you can have your case decided by a jury whenever the amount involved is greater than $20. This is one of the ways in which the Constitution seeks to provide every citizen with fair and impartial justice. It is one of the ways in which the Constitution ensures that this country of yours and mine shall be our country under God.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Well, it wasn't much after the crack of dawn that Pat McCracken and I rented a car. That's item 5 on the expense account, $50 deposit. And then we headed south. 5 miles short of Kingman, Arizona, we swung right on 68 down toward Davis Dam. down to Lake Mojave Resort. Once over the mountain pass, there were miles and miles of nothing but sun-baked rock and sand, of sagebrush and Joshua trees, of tumbleweed and cactus. And then, right in the middle of it, that clear blue water of Lake Mojave. The resort itself, with everything for water sports and, more important for me, for the fishermen. Buster Favors signed us in at the office, and then...
Okay, you're number 8, Johnny. And if you and Mr. McCracken don't get limits every day...
Mr. McCracken? Out here, Buster, it's Pat.
Okay, Pat.
Wow, shall we?
Oh, incidentally, you're not the only one that's out here from Hartford.
Oh, all right, Buster?
Mr. Malloy arrived late last night.
Malloy. Does that name ring a bell, Johnny?
It certainly does not. Now, will you forget about that man you saw?
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, you ought to be.
Okay. Now let's unpack and go fishing.
Oh, brother, just try and stop me. Just forget all about business.
Excuse me, Pat.
What?
This calls for you.
Oh, thanks.
You mean you told somebody where you were coming?
Only my office, Johnny, you know.
Idiot.
Here you are.
Thank you. Hello?
Mr. McCracken, this is Marion at the office.
Now, Marion, I said the only calls I want out
Please,
here...
Mr. McCracken, is Johnny Dollar with you?
You know he is. Why?
That arson case you assigned him 3 years ago, the Morley warehouse?
The Morley warehouse fire?
What? What's that?
Get this, Johnny.
Yeah?
What about it, Marion?
Well, it was Mr. Dollar who told the police how to catch Danny Maloney for that job.
Yes, that's right, Scarface Maloney,
When they
but...
put Maloney in state prison for it, he swore that if he ever got out... Well, he's out.
Maloney.
Did you hear me, Mr. McCracken? Scarface Maloney has escaped from the state prison over at Weathersfield night before last.
Yeah.
And if he carries out his threat against Johnny Dollar...
You hear that, Johnny?
Yeah, I heard.
A man aboard the plane with a scar on his cheek, and you wouldn't bother looking at him.
All right, now,
Okay,
wait.
Johnny, you're on the expense account.
Hey, what's this all about?
Buster, the man from Hartford. Malloy, isn't?
Has he got a scar on his face, Buster?
Why, yeah, on his cheek.
Where is he?
And come to think of it, Johnny, he asked when you'd be arriving.
Where is he?
Oh, he went out fishing early this morning.
You know where, Buster?
Just up the lake somewhere is all I know.
All right, now. Did you tell him when I'd arrive?
No, wasn't sure myself.
Then we're one up on him.
Maybe.
Mr. Malloy looks like a mighty fine man to me.
Don't be fooled, Buster. Johnny, what'll we do?
Buster, you're the best judge of character I've ever known.
Thanks, Johnny.
Well, Johnny?
Pat, you and I are going fishing.
What?
I know Lake Mojave well. Scarface Maloney, he couldn't possibly know much about it. So Pat and I put on fishing clothes, took along our tackle, I took along a gun, and we headed up the lake in a fast outboard. We prowled into every wash and cove at the lower end of the lake, slowly and methodically. We saw lots of fishermen, but not the man we were looking for. Finally, well, I guess the spell of Lake Mojave was just too much for me, so I hove to at the end of a long, narrow cove with high walls of rock on every side.
Hey, why stop here, Johnny?
Well, One Cast Cove, Pat.
What?
Oh, look, it's just too good to pass up. Now, you drop a plug there in the corner. Just one cast, and I guarantee you a bass.
You think of fishing at a time like this?
Oh, come on now. Just try it, Pat. Then we'll go back to the main body of the lake and we'll find the...
Johnny, look.
Huh?
No, careful so he won't see you. Up on that rock that overhangs the end of the cove.
Yeah, I see him. Hiding behind a boulder.
Yeah. Look.
I see it. At least the glint of the sun.
Blued steel, Johnny.
Yeah.
I can't see what it is, but I don't need to, Johnny, because it's aimed this way.
Of all the heavenly bodies, the moon has gained such importance that it's continually in today's news. Now, to land a rocket ship on the moon, you must know the moon's exact orbit and rate of speed around the Earth. For decades, scientists were sure they knew these facts, but one man felt they were wrong and proved it. Simon Newcomb was born in 1835 in Wallace, Nova Scotia. Throughout his childhood, he amazed his elders with his uncanny perception of mathematics. While in his teens, Newcomb joined his father, who was teaching in the United States. In 1854, they finally settled in Maryland, where Newcomb also became a teacher. One day on a trip to Washington, he visited the Smithsonian Institute. From then on, he spent every free moment studying from its wonderful wealth of books. Reading book after book, he stumbled onto 4 volumes which kindled his enthusiasm into a brilliant flame. The books told of the amazing world of astronomy. Early in his new career, he became especially interested in the moon. He studied it intensely. One evening, he noticed that it seemed to be lagging a little behind its predicted schedule of motion. Surrounding himself with tables and charts, he painstakingly pursued the possible error. After exhaustive effort, he found it. An error in computation had been made back in the year 1675. If Newcomb had not discovered this error, a flight to the moon might never have been possible. Simon Newcomb, another American scientist dedicated to the principle that somehow there must be a way. Let's find it.
Now, here's Act 4 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
The end of a long cove surrounded by high walls of rock, and on top, a man with blued steel in his hand, aimed straight down at us.
Johnny, with the sun in our faces, he's got the advantage of us. We're like sitting ducks down here. What do we do?
Now listen, Pat. Yeah? I don't like it, but it's the only way. If I rock us forward a bit, like this, it'll put my end of the boat behind the ledge.
Yeah.
I'll tie up to it, out of his sight. You'll be the sitting duck.
So what? It's you he's after.
Well, you'll be in plain sight of him, so go ahead and fish. If you get something, and I'm sure you will, make like you're talking to me, like I'm still here, huh?
And you?
Through that crevice. Do you see it there?
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe I can get around and up behind it.
Oh, Johnny, that gun
It's our only chance, Pat. Now look, I can tie us up now, with only you inside of me.
Okay, Johnny.
All right, start fishing. And believe me, brother, good luck.
Right. One cast cove, huh? Well, Johnny, we'll just see about that. Right there in the corner, huh? You mean like this?
Carefully,
Holy smoke,
slowly,
you are right. He's a lot
I
of
edged my way up the long crevice in the rocks toward the man who'd been spying on us from above. I was afraid that every step would loosen a slide of rocks and warn him. But all of his attention was on the boat in the cove below where Pat, bless his heart, was dragging out his fight with the fish. The man's back was to me, and then... Wait a minute. Blued steel? Sure it was. Yeah. An old pair of binoculars. Then I slipped on a small rock.
Oh, why, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, that's right. Who are you?
Malloy's the name, Mr. Dollar. Franklin J. Why, that gun.
That's right.
Why, good heavens, I didn't realize you were this jealous of your fishing secrets.
Now, what's that supposed to mean? Malloy, Maloney, whatever your name is?
Please put it down, sir.
Brother, you start talking.
Well, you see, it's just that I've heard so much about your fishing over here over the years.
Oh, yeah?
And when my lady friend who works for the airline back there in Hartford...
Your lady friend... what?
Well, when she told me you were coming out here again, I thought maybe if I kind of spied on you, well, maybe I could learn to catch some of the nice big fish out here the way you do.
Now, Mr. Malloy...
But I didn't think you'd go so far as to use a gun to protect...
Johnny!
Yeah, I'm here, Buster.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just thought you and Pat here ought to know about another phone call just came in.
Yeah?
Those Hartford police of yours must be pretty good.
What's that mean?
They picked up that Scarface Maloney about an hour ago, and he's back in the pen.
Johnny!
Oh, and I see you found Mr. Malloy.
Buster, please, Mr. Dollar.
I'll get to you in a minute. Hey, Buster, you take Pat out where he can catch some little bluegill or a tired old carp, maybe.
Eh?
Mr. Malloy and I are going after some real lunkers. Couple of secret spots I know.
Well, sure.
Okay, Mr. Malloy?
Bless you, Mr. Dollar.
Well, you sure can't win them all, especially when there isn't anything to win. And at long last, I got in a full week of fishing at Lake Mojave. Expense account total? Well, Pat, you add it up. After all, you're paying for it. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey. Originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Shirley Mitchell, Larry Dobkin, Sam Edwards, Barney Phillips, and Edgar Barrier. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
At McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Well, greetings, Master.
And now, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, just being polite when I see a nice fat commission about to come my way.
You know something? You clear this one up for me, and maybe it could involve a sizable commission.
The sound of sweet music wafts to my ears. Who, what, when, where, and why, Patrick?
Only answer two of them, Johnny.
All right, what?
What and where? Ever hear of the Rochemont necklace?
I never.
Well, you should have. But come on over to my office. I'll tell you about it.
Missing?
That's right, missing.
From where?
I'll tell you about it.
Oh, what's it worth? I mean, unless it's pretty valuable,
What's
there's
the
no
difference?
sense.
Your commission may be a sizable one.
How much, Pat?
Come on over.
How much? Well?
Okay. The necklace is insured for exactly $321,000.
What?
That's right, $321,000.
Okay, baby. I'm on my ever-loving way.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the super salesman matter. As always, the promise of a big commission did sound like sweet music to me. So, expense account item 1 is $1.25 for a cab to the Office of Universal Adjustment in the Spear Building down on the square where Pat was waiting for me.
Oh, come in. Sit down and listen, Johnny.
Sure, Pat. Right ahead.
Well, the Rochemont necklace, part of some old crown jewels or something, came over from Paris a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
The whole collection was worth $2 million. Various parts of it were sold to various people in various parts of the country, but the ruby and diamond necklace went to Mrs. Liza Rochemont. Now, she's a wealthy widow living out on the edge of town. Except when she was away in Florida, California, Europe, wherever, when she'd put it in a vault at the bank, she kept it in a wall safe at her home, a safe to which she alone has the combination, and nobody's ever broken into it.
You're sure of that?
I'm sure. There's an automatic device that would show it.
Well, did she ever wear that priceless hunk of jewelry?
Oh, quite often. Which is why she often had it cleaned and the stones checked in the settings.
Go on.
So a couple of days ago, she handed it over to that jeweler in the new building just across the square there. You see the shop?
Parker?
Mm-hmm. Clayton Parker.
Seems to me she'd pick one of the big ones, one of the old-time firms, or send it down to New York to Tiffany's or Cartier or someone like that. After all,
Well, that's exactly what her insurance man, Tim Pringle, you know him, Surety Mutual?
Oh,
yeah, well, Tim told her this morning when he found out what's happened.
What's happened?
Clayton Parker called her up in the middle of the night and then barged in on her looking like he'd seen a ghost or two. He laid the necklace in her lap and promptly fainted away.
Parker?
Parker.
And?
And when he came to, with the help of a little brandy, he shakily told her that her necklace, instead of the genuine article worth over 300 G's, was paste, was a fake.
You are kidding.
No. She took it over to Wilson Brothers, her regular jewelers. They told her Parker was right, so she fainted.
Well, now, look.
Well, when she came to, she notified Tim Pringle. He notified me. I called you. That is, after I took time out for a little thinking about it.
Yeah?
A Universal Adjustment Bureau serves a lot of companies
I know.
all over the country.
I know.
We get reports on every client company's problem.
So?
Well, something rang a bell. I went through the files. Johnny, this very same kind of thing happened back in 56 out in Chicago, down in Philadelphia, that was in 59. And in each case, the jeweler who discovered the switch answered the description of Mr. Clayton W. Parker.
Has anybody been through Parker's shop?
Well, now, Johnny, we've got a little problem there.
Problem? Like what?
Well, if Tim Pringle openly sicks the police or even a private investigator onto Parker.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Now, if Tim were to pull a boo-boo, make a wrong charge against his own new client...
So, what am I supposed to do? Bust into Parker's shop some dark night? Blow his safe, maybe?
Well, Johnny, he does not have a burglar alarm in that little shop of his, nor on the safe inside.
So what?
And it is easily accessible from a dark alley out in the back.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
Well?
Are you asking me? Are you suggesting
of course not, Johnny. I'm not asking a thing. What kind of a company do you think this is?
Well,
don't be ridiculous. However, if somebody were to find the genuine necklace in Parker's safe, someone that is unknown to us.
What did you say your name is?
I didn't. And yours?
What's it to you?
Okay.
Item 2, $100 to a man named Fingers J. But let's leave his last name out of this. I may have use for his delicate touch again sometime. Well, getting into the back of Parker's store that night was a cinch. And once inside, we could see why he didn't bother with much protection. His stock was small, and most of it was novelty stuff. And he must have been a super salesman to get hold of Mrs. Rochemont's valuable necklace. If it was the real one that he took in for cleaning. While Fingers worked on the old-fashioned safe, I went over to the store with a fine-tooth comb, wearing gloves, of course. No sign of the necklace anywhere, including the safe. So I helped Fingers out of the back window we'd opened, sent him on his way, made a careful check to be sure the place looked the same as it had before, then proceeded to hoist myself out of the window. Now, let's see if I can get this closed again. Huh?
No,
now, wait a minute.
Yeah. And this'll keep you here.
Help! Please! Help!
Listen carefully. Get the picture. Timber, needed for thousands upon thousands of new houses, is needlessly destroyed. Watersheds supplying vitally needed water for industry and life itself are laid waste. Wildlife is cruelly killed, their habitats ruined for many years to come. Sorely needed outdoor recreational areas are burned black. Homes are leveled to the ground and human lives destroyed. And what causes this terrible destruction, this tragic loss? It can be as tiny a thing as one paper match. 90% of our forest fires are caused by people. People who are careless for just one fatal instance with their cigarettes, matches, campfires. Every American, every one of us, man, woman, or child, is a potential firebug. It takes only a moment's carelessness or thoughtlessness to set fire loose in the forest. Let's all observe the simple common sense rules of forest fire protection. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
How I managed to get back up on my feet and out of that alley before the police arrived, I'm not quite sure. But I somehow did. I ran a couple of blocks through some other alleys, and then, playing drunk, which wasn't hard after that club in the head, I grabbed a taxi. That's item 3, $1.50. I went back to my apartment, had a couple of stiff drinks, a couple of aspirins, and soaked my aching head with a wet towel. And after a good night's rest, I was all set to call Pat McCracken and tell him to go jump into the nearest lake. Until I remembered that officially he'd had nothing to do with all this. And then I did some thinking. If what Pat had told me was true, only 2 people could possibly have substituted a phony for the Rochemont necklace. The wealthy Mrs. Rochemont herself, of course. This new small-time jeweler, this Clayton Parker. But it wasn't in the store. Yeah. So maybe hidden around his home someplace. Well, I could try. In the meantime, hope he hadn't recognized me in that alley. No doubt he'd be in a shop this morning. And if he was married. Expense account item 4, $5 for a handful of business cards at the shop of a small printer. Item 5, $79.95 for a vacuum cleaner, one of the tank-type jobs with all the accessories. And I managed to grab a stack of literature on it. Item 6, $2 1/4 at a pawn shop for a beat-up fiber suitcase. The business cards went into my pocket. The vacuum cleaner went into the back seat of my car, which luckily was badly in need of a wash job, but kind of poorly. The accessories and literature went into the suitcase, then into the back also. Then I crossed my fingers and took off. Alrighty, here we are now.
Yeah. Well.
Mrs. Parker?
Yeah, that's right. Only who... Now, wait a minute.
Yes?
Didn't you see that sign over the doorbell? No salesman, it's solicitors.
Oh, well, of course.
Well.
When I came in answer to the coupon you mailed asking for more information in the free demonstration.
Coupon?
Oh, yeah. My name is, well, here's my card.
Now, look.
No obligation to buy, none whatsoever. Yeah, ma'am.
Look, is this some kind of... James Dakin, sales engineer, and a national vacuum cleaner service.
Yes, ma'am.
What the sales engineer?
You really want to know?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's just a glorified name for an ordinary salesman.
Well, you're a pretty glorified kind of guy to have to be going around pounding doorbells, Jimmy.
Well, gotta make a living.
Yes, you do all right, too. A beautiful, lonesome, long-suffering housewife. See a good-looking guy like you at the door and pop off to work somewhere. You probably do all right.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You should see some of those lovely, lonely housewives you're talking about. No makeup, hair still up in curlers, a pair of dirty bedroom slippers chewed up by the family pet.
What?
Yeah, and all decked out in a sloppy house coat with an old apron full of soap suds from the breakfast dishes.
Oh, what a picture.
Yeah, and maybe even kind of hung over from the night before.
You mean that's what you usually run into?
Oh, run away from.
Oh, you're cute, Jimmy.
And that's why it's such a relief to be met by somebody like you. I mean, well, that is.
Well?
I'm sorry. I mean, I brought the cleaner around to give you the demonstration you asked for when you sent in the coupon.
Are you kidding, Jimmy? I didn't send in any coupon.
Oh, but you must have. Whoa. Would you like me to go get my list out of the car? Oh, because if you hadn't sent in the coupon,
and I
wouldn't...
hate to do you out of commission. And I sure don't need to buy another vacuum. I'm sorry. Good luck.
But I wasn't going to send you one.
What?
Oh, no. They're sold only in the stores. I simply get paid for the free home demonstration.
Oh?
So just let me come in and show you how it works, huh? Then you can fill out the card saying you have had a demonstration and... Listen, Mrs. Parker.
Yeah, Jimmy. My name's Gloria.
Well, look, things have been kind of tough. And if I don't fill my quota this week, well, look, I'll do the whole house for you, and no obligation whatsoever. Well, Mrs. Parker?
Oh, look, Jimmy, if my husband should ever know that he doesn't like people in here while he's out, but... Well... Oh, come on in. And after all, if you have to work so hard, maybe you could use a little drink. Come on.
Just to make the demonstration.
Sure. Come on in.
Oh, now just a minute. I'm a man of high principles. I had a job to do. Which is to say that as soon as I got inside, I unpacked the equipment, hooked it up, and went to work vacuum cleaning the whole house. And I'll tell you this, I should have studied the directions a little more carefully before trying this crazy stunt, or maybe made a few practice swings through my own apartment. Now, modern appliances notwithstanding, I now have a great deal of sympathy for the American housewife. I mean, that living room was huge, and so was the dining room. But I didn't want to be obvious by heading into the study first. The study where her husband's desk would be, and where, if I were lucky, she wouldn't leave me alone for a second.
Oh, come on, Jimmy. Isn't that enough?
No, gotta finish the job. I promised I'd clean the whole place, and I'll do it. Why don't you just sit down, relax, and read a book or something?
What about that little drink I promised you? We could have it right here in the den.
Hey, look, I know. While you're out the bottle and some ice and soda. Yes, this will be fine.
Suits me, too. See? We have the same taste.
Yeah, well, while you're getting it, I'll finish up the study here, then we can sit down and relax a minute before I start.
Relax,
What? What did you say?
Nothing. So I'll go get the drink.
Yeah. Still keeping the vacuum cleaner going, I made a dive for the desk. Top drawer and two on the side had only the usual junk in them. But the third one down had a small lock on it. By stepping on the handle, I was able to spring it. And there inside, in a small black metal box. Yeah, the Rochemont necklace. And even my untrained eyes told me this was no fake. But I couldn't very well leave it there. And what if Gloria Parker knew about this? What if she suspected that my loud job was just an excuse? Phone right there on the desk nearly scared me of a year's room. It was the only phone. No, it quit in mid-ring. Yeah, she must have picked up an extension. And that gave me time to close the drawer again and finish up my cleaning job before she came back into the study. But when she did, instead of a couple of drinks in her hand, she carried one of those interesting little devices made out of blued steel.
Okay, baby, that's enough.
Huh?
That's right. Now, why don't you just put up your hands over your head? That's right.
You one of those people who just men are on the move all the time, always in the direction of developments of the day. Schedule practical understanding of the value listeners put upon their services. They know you rely on them for accuracy at all times. And they have a first-hand appreciation of the importance of clarity and brevity as well. That all of these standards are kept in mind by our highly skilled, highly experienced men. The busier you are, the more you'll appreciate the efforts of our CBS News staff. These men offer you a direct link with history day by day. But more than that, they do their job with full regard for your busy schedule. For accuracy, brevity, and clarity in news reports. For news at frequent intervals at the most time. Every day. Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Super Salesman Matter.
Smart, huh? Making like a famous salesman to get in here.
Now, why don't you put that thing down?
Oh, no. But you should have been smart. Oh, no, Johnny, that was Clayton, my husband. Thought you might come here.
You... Johnny, Mrs. Parker.
That's right, Johnny Dollar, the famous dick. You stupid. You think Clay didn't recognize me from the store last night?
Oh? Then why didn't the police pick me up this morning?
Police find out you were checking on him, they might think he had something to do with that phony necklace that...
That what, Mrs. Parker?
You know, that rich Mrs. Rochemont asked get know his phone. Gonna prove otherwise?
Maybe.
Oh, no. You got some crazy ideas. Well, I don't think anybody's gonna hear them. Because when Clay gets here...
Ideas?
What?
What if I have some proof?
Any... Oh, it's still luck. You've got no proof of anything.
All right, now listen.
So, you got you my record.
Gloria.
Shut up! Go on. You better pray.
Good work, Glory.
Sure, Clay. The cubs are leading in the sheep to the slaughter.
But why'd you let him in here in the first place? Even if you didn't know who he was.
Are you kidding?
What do you mean, Dollar?
Well, if you could have seen the open arm welcome I got on the strength of betting my nice brown eyes that are a couple of times. Sure. You don't keep very close tabs on her when you're out of the house, do you, Parker?
Don't listen to him, Clay. He's lying. He's trying to trick you, make you drop your guard.
That's right. Won't work, Dollar.
And okay, I tried. So, now you can call in the police to pick me up.
Police? Don't make me laugh. Why do you think I didn't call them in last night? You're on this case.
You sure of that?
You trying to tell me they'd go for breaking and entering my shop? They or that insurance company of yours? In the hopes that maybe you'd find that pretty little necklace? Yeah, I see.
So you admit that you substituted Tony. Well,
keep that gun on him, Glory, while I make sure it's still okay.
Don't worry. He doesn't have a chance. Where to look. Up until you called, I kept him busy. I kept the great John busy pushing a vacuum.
No, it isn't here. All right, Dollar. Give me the gun, Glory.
Sure.
Now frisk him.
Yeah, sure. not on him.
Is anybody else in this house?
No, Clay. And I only left him alone in this room for...
Here, then. And shoot him down if he makes one move.
Worry.
He turned the room upside down, looked in and around, even outside the windows. He made me strip to my shorts and went through every inch of my clothes.
Glory, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, then, if I'll leave you two to figure out what might have happened.
Dollar, you don't leave this room alive.
Police!
Yeah, well, they don't get... It was a nice... You okay?
Oh, sure, Pat. Oh, and thank you, Lieutenant. Only Pat. Why?
Well, when you didn't report to me that you'd found that thing in his in were last night.
Please go on.
Yes. Well, when I saw Parker from my office window, I saw him tear out of a shop a few minutes ago and burn rubber heading out in this direction. Obvious. So
thanks. Yeah, thanks, Pat. And would you like to see the necklace? Somewhere inside this vacuum cleaner I didn't sell. Parker is dead. His wife yammered all over the place in the hope of getting off easy. Optimist. So that's that. Expense account total $189.95. Oh, and by all means, don't forget my commission over $320,000. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
In this case, most of the principals were out on bail. It put me out on a limb. This is another in the adventures of America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar, starring Charles Russell. At Insurance Investigation, Johnny Dollar is just an expert. At making out his expense account, he's an absolute genius. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Max Krause, Krause Bail Bond and Insurance Agency, New York City, New York. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during my investigation of two of your clients. Or witness, who's got the witness? Or, he said, give me liberty or give me death, and got both. Expense account, item one. $1, one cigar, to replace the asphyxiating stogie you were smoking when you arrived, unannounced, at my Hartford apartment door.
Name's Max Krause. Here's my card. Krause Bail Bond Insurance Agency, State, Federal, and Immigration. All forms of surety bonds and insurance. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, I got a job for you to the tune of saving me $50,000.
Okay, you can come in. But you'll have to tie up that cigar outside.
Okay?
Here, better yet, give it to me.
Hey.
Thanks. Come on in.
Hey, what's the idea of throwing it out the window? That was an expensive cigar.
Oh, can you think of a better way to get rid of it? It was killing me. Here, have one of these.
Oh. Well, not the quality I'm used to, you understand, but much obliged.
Forget it. They were a gift. Maybe I won't even charge you for it, if I go to work for you. Well, shall we find out if I will or not? Sit down.
What do you know about Leo Persini?
Just what I read in the paper. Did you put up his bail?
I wish I had. The bonds I put up were for two prosecution witnesses, know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they either took a run out, jumped from one of the bridges, or some of Leo's men put them out of the way, get me?
Vaguely. They're gone.
Yeah, that's right. And unless I can prove they're dead or find them, you understand, before the trial, which is a week from today, I forfeit the $50,000. 25 apiece. Seem a problem?
Yeah. Tell me something, Mr. Krause. Why'd you come to me?
I'll tell you why. To the police, these witnesses are only 2 names on a long list of missing persons. You up with me?
Yeah.
No. And as for private detectives, I could never be sure that one wouldn't make a deal with Brasino and make more money not finding them than I'd be paying to find them. Get the point?
Yeah. Well, what makes you think you can trust me?
Oh, well, you were mentioned by one of the insurance companies I sell for. They tell me that you're straight, except for padding your expenses here and there.
Hey, now that's an insult.
What's a little padding? I used to do the same with my old man when I was in grade school. That's kid stuff.
You'll find out.
What's that?
I said I'll find out what I can. Who are these lost, strayed, or stolen witnesses?
Nippy Cochran is one. Real name is Glenn. You hear? Glenn.
Yeah.
The other is Dan Patterson. I got their addresses, next to kin, you know what I mean? What else do you need?
A big fat retainer, about $2,500.
Ah, that's pretty steep. I've only got $1,000 with me.
It just so happens that I'm a grand person to do business with, Mr. Krause. I'll take the 1,000. Expense account, item 2, $345, train fare, Hartford to New York. A high wind and I hit the big city at the same time, 4 p.m. to be exact. So I set storm canvas and tacked crosstown toward 81st, between Madison and 5th. One of the bits of information that had come with that $1,000 bit of paper was the fact that one of the missing witnesses, Nippy Cochran, had a sister, stage name Mona Doyle. She'd been born in Hell's Kitchen, and she'd worked out her own little recipe consisting of brains, beauty, and cheesecake to cook up her own version of heaven on earth, including angels, Broadway type. When I hove to in front of her 81st Street brownstone, a delivery boy was buzzing his way into the building. Not wishing to argue with Mona over the intercom system on the buzzer panel, I waited for the boy to come out. Caught the door before it closed. Thanks, Bub. Went in and up to her second-floor apartment.
Yes? Who is it?
My name is Dollar. You don't know me, but I have some news about your brother.
Oh? Just a second, I'll let you in. Come in.
Thanks.
What's this news you have about Nippy?
Oh, well, the guy who put up bail for him, Max Krause, has hired an insurance investigator to look for him.
Oh? Well, what am I supposed to do about that?
Asked me to sit down. I'm the investigator.
Well, you're awfully clever, aren't you?
No, I hire a couple of radio writers to work these things out for me.
Well, please do sit down.
Thank you.
Why did you do it this way? Didn't you think I'd let you in if I knew what you were?
Well, lots of people are allergic to what I am.
Well, I'm not.
That helps. Do you know where your brother is, Miss Doyle?
No. Now, could I fix you a drink?
Does that mean that this is the end of our little discussion?
Mr. Dollar, I don't know where Nippy is, believe that or not. I haven't seen much of him the last few years. He doesn't approve of me, and I don't approve of him. But that doesn't make any difference. What does is that if I did know where you could find him, I wouldn't tell you. I don't hate him enough to kill him that way.
That way? Are you holding out for a choice? Hey.
That was a nasty thing to say.
Oh, that slap you handed me ought to make us even.
Sorry. Don't you know what would happen if you found Nippy and brought him back?
Well, I've heard that Leo Porcina has some quaint habits with people he doesn't want around. Something about wrapping their feet in a concrete block and lowering them into any handy river. But the law will give him protection until after the trial.
What difference would that make? Even if Leo were convicted, don't you think he'd leave orders behind to take care of Nippy?
Well, that could probably be worked out, too. Well, look, I wasn't hired to worry about that. I was hired to find your brother so my client won't lose his money. Well...
Oh, this is a lousy way for two people to meet, isn't it? I wish it were different.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'd like to ask you again to have a drink with me. That wind has my nerves jumping. And you haven't helped. Be a good guy, won't you?
With what she had to back up that invitation, I defy any guy, good or bad, to come up with anything but an acceptance. Unless he was crowded 70, and had a car double parked outside, and was married to a suspicious wife who was waiting in the car. So, I stayed, and we learned to know one another. 20 minutes later, we were close friends. I knew it had to end, and it did. The door buzzer sounded, and Mona bounded over to the little button that controlled the lock on the downstairs entrance.
Don't be shocked, Johnny. I brush off a lot of my admirers this way.
The only thing I admire about you is the act you put on. It's a good one.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. There was one thing I forgot to tell you about my brother.
I can hardly wait. I'm all ears.
He gave me everything I have. Without him, I'd have none of all this.
What is it, Nippy, who's on his way up here?
That isn't what I mean. All Nippy did was introduce me to Leo Porcina. That's who's on his way up.
Oh, yeah. Well, blood may be thicker than water, but where you're concerned, it isn't thicker than champagne with ermine on the side.
Hi, Leo. Come on in and see what found me.
Well, what do you know about this? Who's he?
Johnny Dollar, an insurance investigator, hired by Krause to find Nippy.
Well, it's interesting. Yes, it is. Oh, boy. What are you going to say for yourself?
Matter Harry there said everything there is to say. Except that I'm also looking for the other missing witness, Dan Patterson.
Yeah, I assume that. It's very apt, Mr. Dollar, that we should meet this way. Two men interested in the same subject.
The subject was more interesting before you came in.
I'll ignore that. Natural. What I meant was that I, too, am quite anxious to find Nippy and Patterson.
Can I mix you a drink, Leo?
No, leave us alone, Mona. Go in the bedroom.
All right, Leo.
And close the door, please. Now, man to man, Dollar, how do you propose to go about finding Nippy and Patterson?
What would you suggest, Porcina? Dragging the rivers?
Now, see here, Dollar, there's no need to take such a pessimistic view. I realize that an unfriendly press has endowed me with a reputation for violence, but I don't deserve it.
I hope you aren't bucking to be canonized.
That's a picture, isn't it? Saint Leo Porcina. Saint. Quite a sense of humor, Dollar. But my motives are honorable. I'm not afraid of the testimony of those two men. I want them back because their disappearance makes it look bad for me. It's the kind of thing that sways public opinion. I got nothing against them.
I'll believe that when I see the three of you enjoying a nice friendly game of billiards.
Well, have it your own way. I thought we could form a combination, you and me, to find the boys, but a combination's no good if I trust you and you don't trust me. Go ahead, Dollar. Bullet through alone. And good luck to you.
Thanks, Leo. I've enjoyed your pack of lies no end. So I put on my top coat, picked up my hat, and left. He didn't shoot me while I was on the stairs, so by the time I felt the sidewalk underfoot, I also felt fairly safe. But not for long. The chauffeur in a limousine parked at the curb took off his uniform cap and put on a hat with an eye-hiding brim. I looked up at the lighted window of Mona Doyle's apartment and saw Leo's figure just slipping out of sight. As I started down the street, the chauffeur was no longer a chauffeur. At a signal from Leo, he had turned into a man who was following me. I grabbed a cab on Madison, and by the time our zigzag trip to Patterson's address was over, I felt reasonably sure that I was no longer being followed. The hall was like a mine shaft and smelled worse. 4 doors down on the right, I found the number of Patterson's apartment.
Come on in.
The man who bid me enter was still wearing the hat with the eye-hiding brim. But something new had been added to his right hand, .45 caliber. Leo Porcina's chauffeur hadn't followed me to Patterson's address. He beat me there.
Close the door.
I don't like to ask foolish questions, but what are you doing here?
I live here. Or I did.
Patterson. Oh, Great. I'm looking for you, and the way I do it is to try and get away from you. Look, take the load off your right hand, will you? I want to talk to you.
Sure, but not here. Let's go someplace.
For me, that someplace was out. But before I got there, I had time to pass myself a question. What better place for a missing witness to hide than the employ of the guy he was supposed to testify against? Then I found a hiding place of my own. It was nice and dark, but the only person I was hiding from was me, Johnny Dollar, America's fabulous insurance investigator. Fabulous indeed.
In just a moment, we will return to the second act of Johnny Dollar. But first, a battle to the finish, and no holds barred as far as words and opinions are concerned. That's only one of the entertaining elements of People's Platform, a Sunday daytime feature on most of these same CBS stations. Attack and defense and attack again. Politicians, labor leaders, statesmen, farm leaders, men and women from all walks of life find themselves going from the frying pan into the fire many times in each Sunday half-hour session. You'll enjoy People's Platform every Sunday on CBS. Now, with our star, Charles Russell, we return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
When my brain started the trip back from unconsciousness, I thought at first I had passed out in one of the tunnels. The air, what there was of it, was thick with the smell of burned gasoline. It was still dark, and it seemed like cars were going past me without headlights. Then I noticed that the tunnel was moving. It took me a long time to figure out that meant it wasn't a tunnel. It was a car, and I was on the floor in the back seat with a blanket covering me. It took two hands and all my strength, but I managed to lift the blanket away from my face. The first thing I saw was one of those old-fashioned speaking tubes that sometimes are used between a limousine's rear and driver's seat. It was hanging down, the mouthpiece a few inches from my head. But what was coming out of it was not noise, but that smell of burned gasoline, carbon monoxide. I didn't have to try them to know that all the doors were locked from the outside and that all the glass was unbreakable. From there, it took me only one short mental step to realize that speaking tube was connected to the exhaust pipe, and I was in the process of being executed in Laughing Leo Porcina's private gas chamber. There's nothing so exhilarating as being slapped in the face with death. I wrestled a handkerchief out of my breast pocket, twisted it up into a stopper, jammed it into the tube, and clamped my hand over the mouthpiece. It didn't help the air any, but at least it wasn't getting any worse. Then I settled back to wait, trying not to breathe. Chauffeur, leg man, executioner, Dan Patterson. Opened the rear door. When we came to a stop, waited a few seconds for the wind to clear out the fumes, then reached in, grabbed me under the shoulders, and dragged me out. I managed to stay limp until we got a few yards off the road and into the brush. Then I dug my heels in and heaved. It was surprise more than strength that toppled him, but it was no time for niceties. I picked up a handy rock and bashed him one on the head.
Oh.
Come on, Danny boy, get with it. You'll catch your death of cold lying on this damp ground.
Where? Oh, Dollar.
Yeah, $1, which probably makes you feel like 2 cents.
Listen, I couldn't help what I did. But Leo, it's either do what he tells you to or get it done to you.
Oh, save that pitch for the jury, will you? I want some answers. First, where are we?
In New Jersey, about 40 minutes out from the city. Listen, give me a break. I'll help you all I can.
I ought to break your head. And save your time and effort. There's nothing in that shoulder holster your hand is moving for. I've got it. Now, do I use it or do you tell me where Nippy Cochran is?
I don't know. I swear I don't. You gotta believe that. If I knew, I'd sell the information to Leo for plenty. He wants him bad.
Yeah, dream boy. I'll just bet you would. Okay, get up.
Wait a minute. What are you gonna do?
I was hired to find you and I found you, and now I'm gonna put you away where you'll keep. Come on, get up.
Listen,
Maybe I do know where Nippy is. Why don't you and me...
Patterson, I'll have to stop you. I didn't want to fire, but I had to, and fast, in the darkness. Aim was next to impossible, but I shot low. I guess it takes more lead than I threw into him to kill a guy who's so full of mental poison. Patterson was alive when I got to him, and alive and conscious when I left him in the hands of the nearest police doctor. Score, 1 up. 1 witness found and 1 still missing. Expense account, item 4, 50 cents. Toll paid to get Leo Corsina's lethal limousine across the George Washington Bridge and back into New York City. Expense account, item 5, 5 cents. Phone call soon after I got there.
Yes?
This is Dollar. Let me speak to Leo.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you, but I'm alive and almost well.
Johnny, I don't know what you mean, and I don't care what you think of me. You gotta help me.
With what? Nailing my casket together?
Nippy's in town. He killed Leo.
Oh? Well, if it's true, that's a switch. All over the country, defendants are knocking off witnesses, but when I show up, the witness knocks off the defendant. I repeat, if true.
It is true. I was with Leo. We went from here to his apartment. Nippy came in with a knife, and you gotta help me. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's generally a good idea to call the police. Did you?
Are you crazy?
Probably. Where is Leo's apartment?
Do you have to go over there?
Well, why not?
All right. Pick me up here. I'll take you over. Goodbye.
Whether she was asking me or telling me, she was right. I must be crazy. I gave myself 10 to 1 odds that my journey would end in a trap. But I've been wrong before. Leo Corsina was in his apartment, all right, ungracefully spread out on the floor in front of a not quite clean white leather chair.
There he is. What are you going to do?
Knife wound, left side of chest. No signs of struggle. Where were you?
I was in the other room.
You didn't see it happen?
No, I hardly heard anything. I didn't even hear Nippy come in. The radio was on. I heard a mumble of voices that didn't mean anything. Then Leo screamed, Nippy. I ran in then, and Leo was just falling, and Nippy was watching him go down.
I wish I knew whether you were bawling because you're grief-stricken or because you're scared. I wish I knew a lot of things about you. Now, come on. Let's go back to your place. And maybe I can find out.
Here you are. Johnny Walker for Johnny Dollar.
Oh, thanks. Would you also say it's Johnny on the spot?
I don't know why I thought I had the right to ask you to help me. Well, I didn't have anyone else to turn to.
Oh, you ought to improve your dialogue.
I'm not trying to be clever, Johnny. I'm petrified. Nippy knows I saw him. I'm the only one that saw him. If you could just stay with me until I could get out of town or until this is cleared out.
If I could keep my eyes closed, I'd say you weren't worth it. What you're trying to tell me is that you're afraid Nippy will show up with his dandy little carving set and go to work on you. Is that it?
It's an awful thing to say about my own brother, but that's right. I'm afraid he'll kill me. He hates me. He blamed me when Leo kicked him out of the combination.
Was he right?
Of course not. But I couldn't make him believe me. He swore he'd pay us off, and he did. He sold the information that got Leo indicted, and now he's killed him.
You know, that's an interesting point. That he'd go to all the trouble to turn state's witness against Leo and then kill him. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
What you started to say was to make it look as though you killed him, wasn't it?
Yes. He'd do anything to hurt me. Johnny, if you only knew.
Hold it. Never mind the dust in my eyes, gorgeous. To frame you, Nippy would have to supply you with a motive. Unless you already had one kicking around someplace. And your silence says you probably have.
Johnny.
Leo was nailed on tax evasion because it turned out that he had undeclared income deposited in various banks under various people's names. How much is in your account?
You're smart.
Not very. Doesn't take a wizard to add 2 and 2 and come up with a motive. With Leo out of the way, there's very little chance that you will be dragged into court as an accomplice. And I'll mention in passing the bank balance you didn't deny having.
I know it looks bad, Johnny. Please put your drink down.
Well, why not? It's empty.
I know it looks bad. I'd be in big trouble if the police found out about the account. But do they have to? Johnny?
According to all the rules, yeah.
I didn't kill him, Johnny. You've got to believe that.
I'd like to.
You've got to, darling. Don't you think it'd be worth it? There's the money. And there's me. Darling. Oh, Johnny.
Get away from me!
Johnny, what's wrong?
In this case, everything. I've been slugged and gassed. I had to shoot a man. I missed my dinner. But the worst of all is you. You think because you've got your kind of hair and your kind of eyes and mouth and the rest of it, you can hide all your lies and greedy ideas behind them and put a leash on any man you see. Well, it might work with a human being, but I'm not human. I'm an insurance investigator.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to turn you in for murder. That's what I'm going to do. Operator, get on this thing before I change my mind. Mona didn't really turn on the tears until two men from homicide took her and tucked her into a squad car. And I didn't warm up to my story until the press arrived. In print, in a very early morning edition that hit the stands at 12:01 a.m., it looked even better than it had sounded. Headline: Insurance investigator records confession of murderess. Lead: police, late last night, booked Mona Doyle for the murder of Leo Porcina, racket boss. In an exclusive statement, Johnny Dollar, Hartford, said he was able to record the voluntary confession of the shapely knife killer by means of a tape recorder and a microphone concealed beneath a sofa, thus lifting the suspicion from her brother, Glenn Nippy Cochran, who has been sought for the slaying. The wind was dying, and so was I by the time I got back to my hotel, after making one stop at an all-night drugstore for expense account item 7, $1.79 adhesive tape, which might be classified as an odd item, since I didn't, as yet, have any broken bones. In my hotel room, I put the tape and the two telephone books, one classified, one general, to what I hoped would be good use, slipped on a dressing gown, and sat down to wait. An hour and 10 minutes later, it turned out that I'd waited long enough. Yeah? Who is it?
A telegram.
Well, you can't say much for his originality. Wait a second. I'll slip on a robe.
Okay, Dollar, get back in the room.
This is hardly the way to deliver a telegram, is it?
I've got a message for you, all right, but it's not in an envelope. I'm Nippy Cochran.
Well, hello, Nippy Cochran.
That confession you coaxed out of my sister isn't what the tape is recorded on. It's phony.
The police seem to like it.
And nuts, I killed Leo Porcina.
Oh, that's your story, and it could be phony. Look, I'll tell you why the police like Mona's better.
Huh?
Leo died from a knife wound in the left part of his chest. There were no signs of a struggle. That means he was probably killed by somebody who just walked up to him and pushed. Someone he trusted, a friend. That doesn't fit you, but it fits your sister.
I've got the answer to that. It says in the paper that confession of hers lifted the finger off me. The least I can do is take it off her. And you know how that's done.
It's a little late for guesswork, Nippy.
By killing the same way with the same knife while she's alibied by the police, that'll clear her.
What's it going to do to you? And if you get close to me, you can believe me, there's going to be signs of struggle this time.
I don't have to get close. See?
The knife came from the usual place in his collar behind his head. His aim was perfect. I felt the shock just over my heart. But the telephone books I'd taped to my chest called his number. The knife bounced off, and Nippy stood there with his mouth hanging open. Then I found something to throw. Something I could aim just generally. A chair. He stumbled back from the impact, and before he could collect his wits or his balance, I let him have a barrage. I should have known. A bail bondsman doesn't know the right people. Expense account item 8. $15, doctor fee. If it wasn't worth it to you, it was worth it to me to get that adhesive tape off by using alcohol instead of violence. Expense account item 9, $28.50. Replacement of hotel room furniture broken in final brawl. And Expense account item 10, if you don't mind. $367.25. See enclosed bar, cafe, and theater receipts. Buying my way back into the favor of the magnificent Mona. Oh, and you may ask me how I was clever enough to know that she was innocent all that time. I didn't. But I could hope, couldn't I? Expense account total, original retainer not returnable, $500.71. Signed, yours, truly, Johnny Walker. I mean, Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Gordon T. Hughes and stars Charles Russell. Script by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd. Featured in the cast were Ed Mack, Paul Dubov, Sidney Miller, Jim Nusser, and Georgia Ellis. The special music is written and conducted by Wilbur Hatch. Be sure to be with us at this same time next week when another unusual expense account is handed in by...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It's fascinating, it's challenging, it's something unusual in radio fare. Yes, that's what folks are saying about CBS's popular Sunday program, Invitation to Learning. You'll renew old acquaintances in literature. You'll make some exciting new ones when you make a Sunday afternoon listening habit of CBS's Invitation to Learning. Remember the time every Sunday afternoon over most of these CBS stations. Stay tuned now for Vaughn Monroe and his Caravan. They follow immediately over most of these CBS stations. Paul Masterson speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. Columbia Broadcasting System presents a thrilling new adventure series starring Dick Powell. I'm an insurance investigator. My name is Johnny Dollar.
What?
You heard me, Johnny Dollar, and I can pad an expense account with the best of them. Yep, I'm a freelance insurance investigator, and I live in Hartford, Connecticut. At least that's where I pay rent. My work sees to it that I really live anywhere, except at home. I'm free, white, 34, and so forth. If you're interested in buying me Christmas presents, I take a size 42 suit. Shirt's 15 and a half collar, sleeve length 33. My hat size is 7 1/8, except when I wind up a successful case. Then it runs about 7 3/8. At insurance investigation, I'm just an expert. At making out my expense account, I'm an absolute genius. Expense account, submitted by investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, East Coast Underwriters, Terminal Building, Hartford, Connecticut. Attention, Austin Farnsworth, General Manager. The following is an accounting of my expenditures in the investigation of Milfred Brooks III for your company. Expense account item 1. Cab fare to your office in answer to your original call, 75 cents. Tip to driver, $1. Expense account item 2. Shoe shine, 25 cents. You'll remember I got my shoes scuffed when I unsuspectingly walked into your private office.
Milford! No, you must
Get out of my way,
Farnsworth. Dollar! Get away from that window! Don't
Hey, you!
jump!
Hey, no, you don't.
Let go of me! Let go of me, you fool!
No. There are better ways of making a big splash in life.
Get away!
Well, nice try, Sonny. Now pay attention to teacher. I didn't know I had it in me.
Oh, goodness gracious, Dollar. Did you have to hit him so hard? I hope you haven't killed him. He isn't too strong, you know.
Don't worry. There. Now, Mr. Farnsworth, would you mind telling me
On whose head have I the dubious pleasure to be sitting?
That, sir, is Milford Brooks III. His policy with this company is in the amount of $2 million.
Wow.
Yes. And the boy seems bent on committing suicide. Dollar, I want you to stop him.
What do you want me to do? Threaten him with death?
Anything. The conditions of his policy are such that we would be forced to meet with a claim in the event of his suicide. Oh, I say, Dollar, sitting on his head that way, aren't you in danger of smothering the boy?
Smothering him doesn't worry me, but these crew haircuts don't make very comfortable cushions. I'll move down a little. Now, there. Okay. So far, I know this kid is insured for $2 million and that his policy pays off on suicide. What else?
1/2 hour ago, Milford Brooks walked into this office and changed the beneficiary in his policy.
Uh-huh.
Then, sir, he proceeded to demand, not request, mind you, but demand a loan of $500,000.
Quite a touch.
When I explained to him that there were no provisions for a loan in his policy, he threatened suicide.
Which would cost you $2 million. So all we have to do is keep him alive, huh?
And he's managed to make that no small problem. His choice of a new beneficiary is downright frightening. One of the most notorious gamblers in the East. His name is Hatcher, Harold Hatcher.
Ouch.
Oh, do you know him?
Sure. That kid's been a post office pinup boy for a lot of years.
Well, that's the situation. I'm engaging you to protect Milford Brooks' future. Dollar, I want you to protect the boy. Give him something to live for. You know, an interest in life.
An interest in life? Well, then, let's see. I know. Here. This should help.
What's that you got there?
Well, it's what's commonly referred to in the more successful of bachelor circles as my little black book.
Oh.
Well, now, let's see. Ruby? No. Her favorite expression is drop dead. Bernadine? No. She'd be the new beneficiary by midnight.
Oh, dear.
Now, here. Here's the one, Butter. Say, Farnsworth, would you mind passing me that phone? The one with the long cord?
Oh, no.
Lie still, Buster. My little friend here is showing signs of life.
Here you are. Maybe you should let him breathe a bit more.
Don't worry. He'll be all right. Hello. Oh, hello. I want to call New York. Yeah. Hudson 24292.
Dollar, you're not thinking of taking this boy to New York, are you?
Well, I'm going there myself. You want me to keep an eye on him, don't you? Now, don't fret, Farnsworth. All is not lost.
You do worry me, sitting on his chest that way.
Hello? Oh, Butter? This is Johnny. Yeah, I'll be in town tonight. I want to see you. And look, here's what I want you to do. Yes, it's all right to say over the telephone. Yeah, I want you to reserve a table at the hatchery in my name for 10 o'clock tonight. Will you do that? Okay. I'll see you at your apartment in a few hours. But, honey, I can't make it any earlier. I'm sitting up on a sick friend. Okay, goodbye.
I'm not sure that I agree with your methods.
Huh?
Ow! What's the matter? Did he hit you?
Hit me? He bit me. Expense account, item 3. Liquor, $18. Keeping Milford Brooks III peaceful seemed to be the immediate problem. And a bottle of rare old brandy seemed to be the immediate answer. I poured most of it into him, and by the time he started to tick again, he'd gone through the unusual process of going to sleep sober and waking up enchanted. I loaded him into my car, and we headed for New York. As we passed through New Haven, he opened one eye, looked up, saw the Yale Bowl, and gave 3 cheers for old Eli.
Ray.
Old Yale would sure be proud of you. Why anybody would want to insure you for $2 million is more than I can figure.
My daddy loved me very much, and my mother loved me very much.
Now, that's nice.
And not only that, but I love somebody very much. And not only that, but I hate somebody very much.
That's interesting.
You know something? Next to one other guy, I hate you more than anybody else.
Oh, here, lover boy, it's the cocktail hour again. Time for your bottle. Rolling along the Merritt Parkway, I felt very much alone with my thoughts. And believe me, they weren't very pleasant company. The way it stacked up for me, Brooks had built up a fat gambling debt with Harold Hatcher and had been forced into making him his beneficiary. The suicide threat that he was holding over the insurance company was a little tougher to figure. Unless he was trying to finance a trip for himself to get away from the man with a murder motive, Hatcher. My hungry little mind nibbled away on those unsavory morsels of food for thought all the way to Butter's apartment.
Hey, where are you taking me? I want to go to New York.
If you don't behave, Buster, I'll punch your ticket.
Johnny, darling, welcome to New York.
Well, that's the fastest trip I ever had.
Quiet.
Well, where did you find this?
In a box of Cracker Jack. Let us in, dear.
I don't know about you. Some men bring me flowers, some bring me candy. What do you bring me? A boiled owl in a Brooks Brothers suit.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, let's trot him into the bedroom, honey.
You'd look more at home in the bathtub. Let me pull down the cover.
All right. Now, come on, Buster. Lie down.
Charm.
That kid's liquor sure can hold him.
How long have you been playing nursemaid to this bottle baby?
Get behind that bar, sweet, and I'll tell you all about it.
Sure. Horrible examples don't seem to bother you, do they?
If you knew how that guy has been bothering me.
What did he do to you?
Well, let's just say he put the bite on me. Oh, gosh, the river sure does look pretty tonight.
Bourbon and soda?
Now, please, anything but brandy. I've been sniffing that second hand all the way from Hartford. Butter, see that big boat out there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I sure would like to be on it. With you, sailing off to faraway romantic places.
Get with it, darling. That's the 125th Street Ferry.
Oh.
Here's your drink. Come on now. Tell Butter all about it.
So, friend Bourbon and I proceeded to tell her all about it. It wasn't easy. Everything about her kept flagging down my train of thought. The longer she looked at me, the less I wanted of Milford Brooks III, and the more I wanted of beautiful Butter the First, and only. She was a sympathetic listener to my story until I gave her the answer to her first and only question.
And where do I fit into all this?
Well, baby, I thought you understood. My job is to give this poor misguided boy something to live for. That's you.
Well...
Now, honey, hold everything. Don't go getting your corn all popped. You misunderstand. I really mean it. I thought if he'd just got to look at you and realize that things like you exist, why, you'd make any man glad to be alive. Oh, come on now, Butter. Melt a little. I wouldn't let anything happen to you. You know that.
Did I hurt you?
Oh, no, I'm getting used to it. People have been taking pokes at me all day.
I'm sorry.
Ah, that's better.
You want some more bourbon?
I want some more you.
Well, help yourself.
Honey, it's getting late. Let's make this the last drink.
What time is it?
Oh, it's 20 to 10.
Oh.
My reservation at the hatchery is for 10. Here.
Thanks. Cigarette? Oh, empty. Some more out in the other room. I'll get them.
I'd love to get you on a slow boat to China.
Johnny!
Oh, coming.
He's gone.
What? Well, he can't be.
But he is. The window's wide open.
Oh, the fire escape. What a smart guy I am. Trading 3 drinks of bourbon for $2 million on the hoof. Oh, that's the biggest bar check I ever picked up.
That's a big bar check for anyone to pick up. As a matter of fact, it's a bigger bar check than you've ever heard of anyone picking up before. And that should give you an idea of what to expect in the second act as you follow this new CBS series starring Dick Powell in the title role, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Well, nobody could say I wasn't working fast. I'd only been in town for an hour, and I'd already succeeded in losing Milford Brooks III. I spent another hour of his all-too-short life expectancy unsuccessfully shaking down the neighborhood for him. And then, feeling very much like a bloodhound that had flunked his sniffing exam, I went back to Butter's apartment.
luck, Johnny.
Oh, sure, plenty of luck. All bad.
Is there anything I can do to help?
A kiss for luck.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. Just a little phone call.
Police headquarters.
This is Johnny Dollar. Give me missing persons.
Any particular one?
Don't be a wise guy. Lieutenant Fisher.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Fisher.
Fisher, this is Johnny Dollar.
Hello, Dollar. Who'd you lose?
One man, my mind, and if I'm not careful, my professional reputation. The guy's name is Brooks, Milford III. Got anything on him?
Hold on.
All right.
Oh, don't look at me like that. It wasn't all my fault.
Dollar?
Yeah?
We haven't found him yet, but we think we know where he is.
Huh?
The Hudson River. At 11:15 tonight, his top coat, complete with identification, was found taking a ride on the 125th Street ferry.
Oh. Anything else?
Nothing much. A package of matches was found under the coat, monogram. You don't happen to know anybody whose initials are H.H., do you?
H.H.?
Yeah.
There's always Horace Height.
Wise.
Thanks, Fisher. I'll check back with you later.
I'll be here.
H.H. Harold Hatcher.
What are you mumbling about? Bad news?
Looks like about $2 million worth. They found Milford's coat on the 125th Street ferry.
You and your faraway romantic places.
Very funny. I'll see you later, honey, and maybe about 11. Expense account, item 4. Nightclubs. $28. Harold Hatcher's hatchery was in a cellar under a hotel, but the prices were high enough to rate a penthouse. The club was draped in too much satin, its lady customers in too little. The decor was French provincial, the music was Brazilian, and the food was from Dixie. The drinks looked weak and the waiters looked strong. All in all, the joint was a sight for sore eyes, for making them sore. The only pretty thing in the place was a blonde. She came strolling up to my table, her hips unconsciously sending subtle little messages back to the rumba band. She opened her mouth, slid her tongue over her lower lip, and let a few warm, soft words slide out.
Looking for someone?
Well, you'll do until the real thing comes along. Sit down.
Thanks. I won't have a drink.
Well, I didn't ask you.
My name is Janelle.
Janelle? Wow, that's a nice name.
I understand you were asking about Mr. Hatcher.
Well, I asked if he was in. The waiter said he wasn't. Do you know him?
More than somewhat. What do you want to see him about?
A mutual friend, Milford Brooks.
Uh-huh. I know most of the quiet-closed boys around here, so you want a cop. You don't look like the type that would be a society friend of the Brooks family, so what are you?
I'll ignore that. Is Hatcher around?
He might be.
Then come on. Where's his office?
The top of those stairs.
Can I expect any trouble getting in?
You won't have any trouble.
How do you know?
Because Harold sent me down here to look you over.
Oh.
I think you're all right.
So, I've won myself the good housekeeping seal of approval, huh?
Keeping a house with you would meet with my approval.
I ran for my life. Had a slow walk up the stairs. When I located the door to Hatcher's office, I knocked once and went in.
Come on in.
Thanks. Oh, I'm Johnny Dollar. I was hired by East Coast underwriters to protect the interest of a kid named Milford Brooks III.
Now, what's that supposed to mean to me?
You know him, don't you?
Well, he isn't exactly one of my boozing buddies.
How much money does he owe you?
Yeah, we've got him on the books for a few bob. Why?
They picked up his topcoat tonight on the 125th Street ferry. He wasn't in it. It might have been suicide, or it might have been a knockover made to look like a suicide. What's your choice?
What do you get off asking me about my choice?
Where were you between 11 and 11:30 tonight?
What's it to you?
I thought you might like to rehearse some answers. The law will be asking some questions real soon now.
I don't know why I should tell you, but I was driving around in my car getting some air.
Oh, now you'll have to do better than that. They found one of your match folders under Brooks' coat.
You're out of your mind. Let me ask you. The kid owed me a couple of $100,000. You think I'm going around knocking off my own assets?
Hatcher, I don't know whether you're stupid or bright.
Don't worry about it. I know.
What about that insurance policy?
What insurance policy?
Now, look, Hatcher, we're big boys. We both know that changing a beneficiary in an insurance policy is a legal transaction. That means witnesses. That means it isn't secret.
What are you talking about?
That you and East Coast underwriters and I know all... All know that Brooks made you the beneficiary in his policy and that you stand to come into $2 million when they fish out his body.
I don't know anything about it.
Motives don't come much bigger.
I'm telling you, this is all news to me, and you and nobody else is going to make me move off that story.
I feel the same about mine. It doesn't take a genius to know that Brooks didn't love you $2 million worth. There's only one logical reason for his making you the beneficiary. You forced him into it. Who'd believe anything else?
Who cares? They'd have to prove it. And, brother, that can't be done. Now, how would you... Yeah. Okay, Rocky, thanks for the news. Take the inspector into the bar and buy him a drink. I'll be right down. Dollar, did you turn me in?
They're here, huh?
Yeah.
No, I didn't turn you in. I'm not a cop. Here, have a cigarette.
Thanks. Here's a light. Well, come on. Maybe they just want to sell me some tickets to the policeman's ball.
For a guy in a hot spot, Hatcher was certainly a cool customer. I followed him out of the office, down the stairs, and back into the club. Janelle was sitting there right where I'd left her. And I thought to myself, now there's a gal who should never sit down. She looks so pretty standing up.
Janelle, buy Mr. Dollar a drink. I have to go play 20 questions with some fellas in the bar.
Sure, baby. Anything you say. Anything.
I'll see you, Dollar.
Yeah.
How'd you make out?
Well, you can never tell about a guy like that. He's a smart boy, strong, silent type.
Wouldn't talk, huh? A real close-mouth act. About what?
Oh, just a little doodad. $2 million life insurance policy.
Wait a minute. That young Brooks kid?
That's right.
I knew it. Tried to tell him he'd get into trouble, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Oh, you knew about it, huh? I suppose you also know what was behind it.
Sure, Milford owed him some money. A lot of money. It's in writing.
What kind of writing?
The personal note that Brooks was going to get back if he made Harold beneficiary.
Where is this note?
Do I look like the kind of girl who'd put the finger on her boyfriend?
You look like the kind of girl who'd do anything if she wanted to.
Thanks. I'll give you a slight hint. It's in his office. You'll find it in the inside pocket of one of his suits in the wardrobe. What are you waiting for? I'll watch the bar.
Nothing, sweetheart. Nothing at all. Whatever her reasons, Mr. Harold Hatcher's little female playmate was trying awful hard to send him up on a murder rap. And I was going to try awful hard not to let her down. Back in Hatcher's office, I found myself alone in a room with a telephone. And being a guy who can never resist a free call, I unleashed the magic wonders of the AT&T.
This better be you, Johnny Dollar.
Quiet, Butter. I've only got a few seconds.
Seems that's all you ever have for me. Now, if you
Look,
think that
Angel, just another hour. I'll get you a nice present.
I don't care if you're another century. And as for presents, the last one you brought me was a drunk, and you even let him get away from me. Good night.
Life presents a gloomy picture ever downward toward the tomb. Having wasted those few precious moments of an already misspent youth, I decided I'd better get on my pony before Mr. Hatcher showed up. I found Milford Brooks' personal note in one of Hatcher's suits, all right. As a matter of fact, I found something in all his suits. A great big glimmer of light. Expense account, item 5. Taxi fare, $10. I left the office in a hurry, Janelle at her table and Hatcher at his bar. I got out of the club and into a taxi parked a half block down the street. There, I waited until my favorite suspect left the hatchery and piled into another cab, and off we went. On a chase that would have made Ben-Hur look like a plowing bee. We skittered over to Lexington and headed uptown. At 72nd, the cab turned right and pulled to a stop. My driver was on his toes, and his toes were on his brake. We stopped, too, half a block behind.
You want I should wait, huh?
No, here you are. Keep the change.
Hey, thanks.
It was a garage that belonged to a residence on the parallel street a block away. The living quarters upstairs were dark enough to look interesting. I indulged in a bit of genteel breaking and entering. Entering that old barn didn't take much breaking. I crept up the stairs. It sounded like they were left over from an old ghost story. And so did the first voice I heard when I stopped halfway up.
We've got to be careful, especially about that Johnny Dollar. Are you sure he didn't follow you?
That voice sounded awfully dry to be coming from a guy who supposedly had spent most of the night snoozing on the bottom of the Hudson River. It was Milfred Brooks III. Get up on your feet, Brooks.
Well, now, wait a minute.
I started this thing slugging you, and I might as well finish it the same way.
Leave him alone, you.
Now, pull in the claws, Angel. And sit on his lap.
You hard-footed. I'll kill you.
Get off of me.
Huh?
I should have known better than to get mixed up with a low-class female like you.
Why, you punk.
Now, hold it. We've pushed the lady around enough, Brooks.
Tell me to be careful, will you? Why didn't you think of that before you led him here?
Wipe your nose, little boy.
Now, don't you go getting fat-headed, gorgeous. Neither one of you are exactly what I'd call masterminds. When you planted that match folder on a little boy Blue Blood's topcoat on the ferry boat, you both should have been more careful.
You think so?
You bet I think so. If I were planning a piece of evidence to incriminate Mr. Harold Hatcher, I would have left a cigarette lighter. I found one in the pocket of every suit he owns back there in his closet in the club. It wasn't hard to figure out that guy never carries a book of matches.
What do you want?
I'm only interested in one thing. Saving the insurance company $2 million. And, Buster, I think you've done it for me. This is insurance fraud. It has been ever since you put on that fake suicide attempt. Trying to extort $500,000 out of the company.
Dollar, wait a minute.
Ah, come on. We're leaving.
You heard him, Dollar.
Harold.
Hatcher.
He said, wait a minute. He wants to talk.
Yeah, everybody wants to get in on the act. How did you get here?
When the police in this town think maybe a guy's jumped off a ferry boat and nobody's seen him do it, they check the counters on the turnstiles at each end. In the case of Brooks, as many people got off that boat as got on.
Well, it makes sense. They'd hardly hold a guy because somebody lost a topcoat.
How did you know we were here?
You know me, baby. You never go anyplace I don't know about. Okay, Brooks, you felt like talking. Now I feel like listening. Get it up.
Well, I don't know what you mean.
I know what you mean, Hatcher. One, he gave you a big fat $2 million motive for murder. And two, he did his best to make it look like you did murder him with that broken-down match cover plant on the ferry boat. It's just that simple.
And you, baby?
Harold, please.
You put him up to it, didn't you, you cheap little muscler? Trying to get rid of me, will you?
No, Harold.
Now, calm down, Hatcher. You don't need any gun around here. They're tame.
Well, maybe I'm not. Since so many people have gone to so much trouble to hand me a nice, easy way to make $2 million, maybe I'll just go ahead and make it. I'll show these amateurs how these things are really done. Come on, Brooks. How'd you like to go for a nice, cool, half a ferry boat ride?
No, Hatcher. No. Look, it's her fault. I'll give you anything you want.
You're wrong, sonny boy. You're going to give me everything.
No, you can't. Let me out of here!
Brooks bolted for the door. Hatcher snapped a shot at him. And I hit Hatcher with a do-or-die tackle from behind. The gun flew out of his hand.
No, you don't.
I beat him to it and swung it straight into his skull. Half the people in the room were lying there bleeding. Brooks from gunshot, Hatcher from gun butt. Janelle and I stood there panting. But believe me, not for each other. We stood that way until the police arrived.
Dollar, it's beyond me. I sent you out to protect the life of a very important policyholder, and now where are we? Standing in a hospital corridor worrying about whether he's going to live or die.
As far as I'm concerned, Mr. Farnsworth, you're only half right. I'm just standing in a hospital corridor.
Oh, Dollar, you're heartless.
Well, if you'd been bitten where he bit me, you wouldn't care if he lived or died either. I'm getting out of here.
Where are you going?
It'll be explained in my expense account under miscellaneous expense. Oh, don't fall over when you come to an item for $318.
$318? For what?
Not for what, Farnsworth? For whom? Expense account total. And it all adds up to a little matter of $1,182.23. Which you may say, Mr. Farnsworth, is a lot of money for one man to spend in 2 days. But you must bear in mind that the amount at stake was $2 million. And you know the price of steak these days. It might comfort you to know that I just returned from the hospital. Brooks was strong enough to make a full statement, which you will find enclosed. This in itself should prove sufficient to establish evidence of attempted fraud against your company, allowing you to immediately avoid his policy. It boils down to one sentence, to wit. Brooks and Janelle wanted to get rid of Hatcher so that they could live happily ever after. Knowing those two, they never had a chance. And oh, yes, that, that miscellaneous item, the one for $318, it was a bracelet for a certain party who made this special investigation for me very special. Oh, if you want a receipt for this item, I'll send you a lock of her hair. Yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
So, with the final signature on his expense account, Dick Powell as Johnny Dollar has just closed the books on his first adventure in this new CBS series. The script for tonight's broadcast was written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, and the music was created and conducted by Dick Arant. The entire production was under the direction of Tony Leader. Be sure to tune in again next week when the expense account covers Special Investigation Singapore, another unusual adventure starring Dick Powell in
Yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The Columbia Broadcasting System presents Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. The next half hour has its baggage packed to take a trip with America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar. At insurance investigation, he's just an expert. At making out his expense account, he is an absolute genius.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Honesty Life Insurance Underwriters, Terminal Building, Hartford, Connecticut. Attention, Austin Farnsworth, General Manager. The following is an accounting of my expenditures in the investigation of policyholder Milfred Brooks III for your company. Expense account item 1, 75 cents. Cab fare to your office in answer to your original hurry call. Tip to driver, $1. Expense account item 2, 25 cents. Shoe shine. You remember I got my shoes scuffed when I unsuspectingly walked through the private door to your office.
Dollar, grab him. He's trying to jump out that window. Let you go. Get off.
I'll show you.
Oh, no, you don't.
Hey, let go, you fool. Get away. Had a nice try, sonny boy. Now pay attention to teacher.
No.
Class dismissed. Well, Mr. Farnsworth, why didn't you tell me what you had waiting for me? I'd have worn my boxing gloves.
Dollar, this was all a complete surprise to me.
Well, just in case your little chum on the floor there wakes up in a hurry, I think I'll close the window. Now.
My goodness, Dollar, what are you doing?
I'm sitting on his head. I don't care if this guy tries killing himself again. I just don't want him to try and kill me. After all, we haven't even been introduced.
Dollar, that happens to be one of our largest policyholders. His life is insured with this company in the amount of $2 million.
Oh, now I can see why you're so anxious to keep him from putting a dent in the sidewalk.
Precisely.
He'd also put quite a dent in your company's bank account.
By the way, Dollar, aren't you in danger of smothering the boy sitting on his head that way?
Maybe. Now, tell me, what's this guy's name, and what's his story?
That, sir, is Milfred Brooks III. As I said, we have him insured for $2 million. His mother and father left him with a paid-up policy for the sole purpose of enabling his heirs to pay the inheritance taxes on his estate when he dies. Unfortunately, due to the kind of life he's been leading, Brooks not only hasn't any heirs, he hasn't any money.
He blew all his cash?
That's right. Now he's trying to get some out of us by threatening to kill himself. And that policy pays off on suicide.
In a mortuary, he'd be a millionaire, huh?
Please, Dollar.
Sorry, go on.
Well, 1/2 hour ago, Milfred walked into this office and changed the beneficiary in his policy. When that was done, he proceeded to demand, not request, mind you, $500,000 in cash.
Oh, well, say, that's quite a touch.
When I explained to him that there was no loan provision in his insurance policy, he threatened suicide.
He said I could either give him the $500,000 cash or pay off the $2 million on his policy.
So all you have to do is to keep him alive.
And he's managed to make that no small problem. The man he named as his new beneficiary, just before he made his demand for the cash, is, well, it's downright frightening.
Why? Who is it?
One of the most notorious gamblers in the East. His name is Hatcher. Harold Hatcher.
Oh.
You know him?
Yeah. Say, that kid's been a post office pinup boy for a lot of years.
Well, there's the situation, Dollar. I'm engaging you to protect Milford Brooks' future.
Yeah, what there is of it. The way this lad operates, you think he had but 2 lives to give for his country. He's not only set himself up to get knocked off by somebody else, he's just dying to do the job himself.
It just means that you'll have to work twice as hard.
Oh, it also means something else.
What's that?
That you'll have to pay me twice as much money.
Oh, you'll get your money. The situation demands sacrifice, I'm afraid. But protect the boy, Dollar. Give him something to live for, an interest in life.
An interest in life, huh? Let's see. I know. Here, this should help.
What's that you've got there?
It's what's commonly referred to in the more successful bachelor circles as my little black book. Now, let's see. Ruby? No, her favorite expression is drop dead. Bernadine? No, she'd be the new beneficiary by midnight. Oh, here's one. Here. Butter.
Butter?
Hey, Farnsworth, would you mind passing me that phone, the one with the long cord?
No, not at all.
My little friend here is showing signs of life.
Here you are. Maybe you should let him breathe a bit more.
Don't worry. He'll be all right. Hello? Hello, I want to call New York. Person to person. Miss Theodora Butts. Yeah, that's right. And you'll get her at Hudson 24292.
Dollar, you're not thinking of taking this boy to New York, are you?
Well, I'm going there myself, and you want me to keep an eye on him, don't you? Don't fret, Farnsworth. All is not lost.
You do worry me sitting on his head that way.
Hello? Hello, Butter? Butter, this is Johnny Dollar. I'll be in town tonight. I want to see you. Look, here's what I want you to do. Yes, this is all right to say over the telephone. I want you to reserve a table at the hatchery in my name for 10 o'clock tonight. Will you do that? Okay, I'll see you in a few hours. Huh? But I can't make it any earlier. I'm sitting up on a sick friend. Okay, goodbye.
I'm not sure that I agree with your methods. Oh! What's the matter, Dollar? Did he hit you?
Hit me? No, he bit me. Expense account, item 3. Liquor, $18. Keeping Milford Brooks III peaceful seemed to be the immediate problem, and a bottle of rare old brandy seemed to be the immediate answer. I poured most of it into him, loaded him into my car, and we headed for New York. As we passed through New Haven, he opened one eye, looked up, saw the ale bowl, and gave 3 cheers for old Eli.
Yeah, right.
Old Yale would sure be proud of you. Why anybody would want to insure you for $2 million is more than I can figure.
Yeah, well, my daddy loved me very much, and my mother loved me very much. Not only that, but I love somebody very much. And not only that, but I hate somebody very much. Hey, you want to know something?
Huh?
Next to one other guy, I hate you most of anybody else.
Here, lover boy, it's cocktail hour again. Time for your bottle. Rolling along the Merritt Parkway, I felt very much alone with my own thoughts. And believe me, they weren't very pleasant company. The way it stacked up for me, Brooks had built up a fat gambling debt to Harold Hatcher and had been forced to make him his beneficiary. The suicide threat that he was holding over Honesty Insurance Company was a little tougher to figure, unless he was trying to finance a trip for himself to get away from the man with a custom-tailored murder motive, Hatcher. My hungry little mind nibbled away on those unsavory morsels of food for thought all the way to Butter's apartment.
Hey, where are you taking me? I want to go to New York.
If you don't behave, Buster, I'll punch your ticket.
Johnny, darling, welcome to New York.
Fastest trip I ever made.
Quiet.
Well, where did you find this?
In a box of Cracker Jacks. Come on, let me in.
Oh, I don't know about you, Johnny. Some men bring me flowers and some bring me candy. What do you bring me? A boiled owl in a Brooks Brothers suit.
Oh, I'm pleased to meet you. My name is Brooks, but I haven't got any brothers.
Lucky them.
Fix the pillows on the couch, will you?
They look more at home in the bathtub.
Oh, come on, Buster. Lie down.
Oh, I'm charmed. Thank you very much.
Hey, this kid's liquor sure can hold him. He's passed out.
How long have you been playing nursemaid to this bottle baby?
Lead me into the bar, sweet. Let's get away from this buzzsaw, and I'll tell you all about it.
Sure, come along. Horrible examples don't seem to bother you, do they?
If you knew how that guy's been bothering me.
What'd you do to him?
Oh, let's just say he put the bite on me. The river sure does look pretty tonight.
Like a brandy?
Well, anything but. I've been sniffing that second hand, all the way from Hartford. Oh, make it a Bravo root beer. Hey, Butter. See that big boat out there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I sure would like to be on it with you. Sailing off to faraway romantic places.
Get with it, darling. That's the 125th Street Ferry. Here's your root beer. Come on now. Tell Butter all about it.
First things first. Now that I've got a Dad's old-fashioned root beer, how about giving me one of Mom's new-fashioned kisses? And then I'll tell you all about it. A few seconds later, I proceeded to tell her all about it, and it wasn't easy. Everything about her kept flagging down my train of thought. She was a sympathetic listener to my story until I gave her the answer to her first and only question.
Where do I fit into all this?
Well, baby, I thought you understood. My job is to give the poor, misguided boy something to live for. That's you.
Well, he should live so long.
Now, Butter, wait a minute.
Well, don't butter me.
Now, don't get excited now. You misunderstand. I really mean it. I thought if he just got a look at you, realized that things like you exist, you'd make any man glad to be alive. If you can't stand it, I'll take him away. But I sure need you, Butter. Come on, baby. Melt a little. I wouldn't let you get hurt. You know that.
Did I hurt you?
No, I'm getting used to it. People have been taking pokes at me all day.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's better.
Want some more root beer?
I want some more of you. How about another kiss?
Well, help yourself. Darn. I'll get it, Johnny.
Okay, and if a man answers, hang up, will you?
Oh, don't worry. Hello. Yes, this is Hudson 24292. Well, that depends. Who's calling? Oh, just a moment. It's for you, Johnny. Mr. Farnsworth.
Huh? Oh, okay, I'll take it. Thanks. Say, while I'm talking, be a good girl, will you? And take a look at Milford in the other room. And while you're at it, get me in the root beer, huh?
Oh, sure. The service is good around here.
Hello, Farnsworth.
Yes, Dollar, I'm glad I got you.
How'd you get this number?
It's the one you called from my office. I remembered it. I have a photographic mind.
I hope you haven't got a picture of what I'm thinking. What do you want?
I want to know how Milford is. I mean, is he still alive?
Of course he's alive.
Good. Do you suppose I could talk to him? I mean, do you think he'll talk to me?
Well, the last time I saw him, he was sound asleep. I'll take a look. Hold the phone. Oh, Butter. Oh, Butter. Hey, Butter. Hello, Farnsworth?
Yes.
Do you have any aspirin there at your house?
Why, of course, Dollar. Why?
Well, you better take a handful. Milford Brooks III just took a powder. I'll call you back.
You let anything happen to him, and you'll need the aspirin.
I've already got a headache. When Milford left, he took my girl with him.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, we want to remind you that it was 437 years ago, next Sunday, the famed Spanish explorer Ponce de Leon began his search for the Fountain of Youth. By sheer coincidence, the man who's still looking for it, Jack Benny, will be heard on CBS next Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And now, back to Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
Well, nobody could say I wasn't working fast. I'd only been in town for an hour, and I had already succeeded in not only losing your $2 million baby, Milford Brooks III, Mr. Farnsworth, but in losing my $1 million baby, Theodora Butts. I tried to put myself in Milford Brooks' $40 shoes, but they wouldn't fit. You can't outthink a maniac. The best I could do was figure either that he was on his way to commit suicide, or that Harold Hatcher, the man who now stood to collect $2 million in the event of Milford's death, had snatched him out of Butter's apartment. With birds of that type flocking together, Butter stood a good chance of being a dead duck. I spent an hour unsuccessfully shaking down the neighborhood for them. I questioned cab drivers, harness bulls, bartenders. Then I decided to ask for help from higher up. And I don't mean that I said a prayer. Expense account, item 4, 5 cents, phone call.
Police headquarters.
Give me missing persons.
Any particular one?
Don't be a wise guy. Lieutenant Fisher.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hello, Dollar. What did you lose?
Practically everybody. Let's start with a girl, Theodora Butts.
You mean you lost your girl? Why didn't you call Dorothy Dix?
Don't waste time being clever. Just check your reports, will you?
Hold on. Buddington, Bumpus, Byers. Nope, nothing on her, Dollar.
Okay, well, try this one. Brooks, Milford III.
Bullseye. Brooks, Milford III. He hasn't been reported missing, and we haven't found him yet. But, we think we know where he is.
Oh, this kind of a question I always hate to ask. Where?
The Hudson River. At 11:15 tonight, his top coat, complete with identification, was found taking a ride on the 125th Street ferry.
Anything else?
Nothing much. Package of matches was found under the coat, monogram. You don't happen to know anybody whose initials are H.H., do you?
H.H.? Well, there's always Horace Height. Thanks, Fisher. I'll check back with you later.
I'll be here.
Expense account, item 5. Nightclubs, $28. Harold Hatcher's hatchery was in a cellar under a hotel, but the prices were high enough to rate a penthouse. The club was draped in too much satin, its lady customers in too little. The decor was French provincial, music Brazilian, and the food was nowhere. The drinks looked weak and the waiters looked strong. All in all, the joint was a sight for sore eyes, for making them sore. The only pretty thing in the place was a blonde. She came strolling up to my table, her hips unconsciously sending subtle little messages back to the rumba band. She opened her mouth, slid her tongue over her lower lip, and let a few warm, soft words slide out.
Looking for someone?
Oh, well, you'll do until the real thing comes along. Sit down.
Thanks. No, I won't have a drink. My name is Janelle. I understand you were asking about Mr. Hatcher.
Yeah. You know him?
More than somewhat.
Are you Mrs. Hatcher by any chance?
I might be.
Does that mean you might admit it or that you might talk him into it someday?
I'll ignore that. What do you want to see him about?
A mutual friend, Milford Brooks.
I know most of the quiet clothes boys around here, so you want a cop. You don't look like the type to be a society friend of the Brooks family. So what are you?
I'll ignore that. Is Hatcher around?
He might be.
Oh, come on now. Where is this office?
At the top of the stairs in the back.
Can I expect any trouble getting in?
You act like you just saw a B picture. Harold is doing his best to act like an honest businessman these nights. You won't have any trouble.
How do you know?
Because Harold sent me down here to look you over. I think you're all right.
Oh, so I've won myself the good housekeeping seal of approval, huh?
Keeping house with you would meet with my approval.
I ran for my life, had a slow walk across the dance floor, edged my way through a cluster of tables, and went up the back stairs. When I located the door to Hatcher's office, I knocked once and went in.
Come on in.
Thanks. I'm Johnny Dollar. I've been hired by Honesty Life Insurance underwriters to protect the interest of a guy named Milford Brooks III.
What's that supposed to mean to me?
You know him, don't you?
Well, he isn't exactly one of my boozing buddies.
How much money does he owe you?
We've got him on the books for a few grand. Why?
They picked up his top coat tonight on the 125th Street ferry. He wasn't in it. It might have been a suicide, or it might have been a knockover made to look like a suicide. What's your choice?
Where do you get off asking me to make a choice?
Where were you around 11:30 tonight?
What's it to you?
I don't know. I just thought you might like to rehearse a few answers. The law will be asking you some questions real soon now.
I don't know why I should tell you, but I was driving around in my car getting some air.
You better do better than that. They found a match folder under Brooks' coat. It had your initials on it.
You're out of your mind. The guy owed me a couple $100,000. You think I'm going around knocking off my own assets?
I don't know whether you're stupid or bright, Hatcher.
Don't worry about it. I know.
What about that insurance policy?
What insurance policy?
Now, look, Hatcher, we're big boys now. We both know that changing the beneficiary of an insurance policy is a legal transaction. That means witnesses. That means it isn't secret.
You mind telling me what you're trying to say?
that you and the Honesty Insurance Company and I all know that Brooks made you the beneficiary in his policy and that you stand to come into $2 million when they fish out his body.
I don't know anything about it.
Motives don't come much bigger.
I'm telling you, this is all news to me. You or nobody else is going to move me off that story.
I feel the same about mine. It doesn't take a genius to know that Brooks didn't love you $2 million worth. There's only one logical reason for his making you the beneficiary that I can see. You forced him into it. Who'd believe anything else?
Who cares? They'd have to prove it. And, brother, that can't be done. Now, how would you like... Wait a minute. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, okay, Rocky. Thanks for the news. Dollar, did you turn me in?
Oh, they're here, huh?
Yeah.
No, I didn't turn you in. What's the matter? You got a good story, Hatcher? You're not worried, are you? Here, have a cigarette.
Thanks. Oh, I got a light.
Oh, worked the first time.
Yeah. Nope, I'm not worried. I'll be out in 48 hours.
You'll be lucky if you're out in 48 years.
Okay, boys, come on in.
The homicide boys invited Hatcher down to headquarters. He accepted and invited them down to the bar for a no-hard-feelings drink. They accepted. I walked back down the stairs into the club. The place hadn't changed. Same stale customers, the same stale music, same stale air. And the same lovely Janelle sitting at the same unlovely table.
Hello. How'd you make out?
Oh, I left before they started playing 20 questions. But I wouldn't worry. You've got a smart boy in the bar there.
In some ways, maybe. What'd he hand you?
A big round zero.
Wouldn't talk, huh? About what?
Oh, just a little doodad, a $2 million life insurance policy.
Wait a minute. That young Brooks kid?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I knew it. I tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Trying to tell who what?
Hatcher. But he'd get into trouble about that policy. It just looks funny, him being made the beneficiary.
You knew about it, huh? I suppose you also know what was behind it.
Sure, Milford owed him some money. A lot of money. It's in writing.
What kind of writing?
It's a personal note that Brooks was going to get back if he made Harold beneficiary. It's up in his office.
Hey, you must be awful close to Hatcher.
I'm the close, friendly type. I'll have that drink now.
You've earned it, beautiful. She had earned it, and I had a hunch as to why. If ever I saw a gal busy putting the skids under her boyfriend, she was. Even if she helped send him up on a murder rap, I would have bet a quick 50 that she'd tipped him to the police. It's happened before if the boyfriend is the murdering type, and it's a nice, neat legal method of disposal. Janelle led me back up the stairs and into Hatcher's office. I sent her back down to watch the bar to divert Hatcher in case he decided he'd forgotten something. Brooks's personal note made out to the gambler was easy to find, lying neatly in the middle of the top desk drawer. But I found something even more interesting when I went through his wardrobe closet. I began to see a glimmer of light. And then, encouraged by not too much thinking on my part, it turned into a veritable bonfire, which I hoped wouldn't be too hot for me to handle.
Did you find everything?
Honey, if I were a judge, I'd be ready to sentence the guilty party.
Good.
Oh, waiter, the check.
Where are you going? To the police?
Bright girl. I'll see you later. Expense account, item 6. Cab fare, $1. Tip the driver, $1. Once out of the hatchery, I walked to the corner, got into a taxi, and waited. In just a few minutes, my favorite suspect came out of the club, jumped into a taxi, and the chase was on. We nuzzled our way through the traffic over to 2nd Avenue and headed downtown. Then he took a right turn on 45th Street over to Lexington and headed uptown. But they didn't lose us. At 72nd, the cab ahead turned right and pulled to a stop. My driver was on his toes, and his toes were on his brake. We stopped, too, half a block behind.
You want I should wait?
No, here you are. Keep the change. It was a garage that belonged to a residence on the parallel street a block away. I made out a for sale sign on one of the big doors. The living quarters upstairs were dark enough to look interesting, so I indulged in a bit of genteel breaking and entering. Entering that old barn didn't take much breaking. I crept up the stairs. They sounded like they were left over from an old ghost story. And so did the first voice I heard when I stopped, halfway up.
So we've got to be careful, especially about that Johnny Dollar. Are you sure he didn't follow you?
That voice sounded awful dry to be coming from a guy who supposedly had spent most of the night snoozing on the bottom of the Hudson River. It was Milford Brooks III. Get up on your feet, Brooks.
Now, wait a minute.
I started this thing slugging you. I might as well finish it the same way.
Leave him alone. He's mine.
Pull in the claws, Angel, and sit on his lap.
Oh, you Connecticut hick. I'll kill you.
Look, I'm the last guy in the world who enjoys physical violence, give or take. But believe me, you two are coming mighty close to changing my whole character. Now settle down before I really lose my head.
Get off of me. I should have known better than to get mixed up with a low-class nobody like you.
Cut. We've pushed the lady around enough, Brooks.
Tell me to be careful. Why didn't you think of that before you led him here?
Wipe your nose, big boy.
Now, don't you go getting fat-headed gorgeous. Neither one of you is exactly what I'd call a mastermind. When you planted that match folder underneath the topcoat on the ferry boat, you both should have been more careful.
Huh. You think so?
You bet I think so. If I were planning a piece of evidence to incriminate Mr. Harold Hatcher, I would have left a cigarette lighter. I found one in the pocket of every suit he owns, back there in his closet in the club. It wasn't hard to figure out that guy never carries a book of matches.
What do you want?
I'm only interested in one thing, saving the insurance company $2 million. And, Buster, I think you've done it for me.
Wait, look, Dollar.
This is insurance fraud. It has been ever since you put on that fake suicide attempt, trying to extort $500,000 out of the company for you and Janelle.
Wait a minute, Dollar.
So much for the company. Now, something a little more personal and a little more serious. Where is my girl?
Well, she's all right, Dollar. I couldn't help it. I had to get out of that apartment. She caught me leaving. I had to take her with me.
Where is she?
Well, I didn't mean to hurt her. I was afraid she'd yell.
Oh, you miserable...
I'll tell you where she is, Dollar. I put her in a cab and sent her to the emergency hospital.
Get up.
Oh, no, Dollar, please,
I'm
let me
give you the beating
Wait
yell.
a minute, Harold. Hatcher.
You had your fun, Dollar. Now I want mine.
How did you get here?
New York City, world's most efficient police force, remember? When they think maybe a guy's jumped off a ferry boat and nobody's seen him do it, they check the turnstile counters at each end. In the case of Brooks here, as many people got off that boat as got on.
Yeah, that makes sense. They'd hardly hold a guy for murder just because somebody else lost a topcoat.
How'd you know we were here?
You know me, Janelle. You never go any place that I don't know about. Okay, Brooks, you felt like explaining. Now I feel like listening. Get it up.
I don't know what you mean.
I know what you mean, Hatcher. One, he gave you a big, fat $2 million motive for murder. And two, he did his best to make it look like you did murder him with that broken-down match cover plan on the ferry boat. Why? Well, they wanted to get rid of you and live happily ever after. The big mistake they made was in trying to shake the insurance company down for some ready cash.
And you, baby.
Harold,
you
please.
put him up to it, didn't you, you cheap little muscler?
No, Harold!
Calm down, Hatcher. You don't need a gun around here. They're tame.
You don't know me very well, Dollar. I'm going to teach all of you amateurs a lesson. How these things are really done. Come on, Brooks.
No, Hatcher. You can have everything I've got.
For a second, it looked like Hatcher was going to take everything. But I hadn't gone that far to see Brooks knocked off with me as a witness. Hey, maybe I wasn't going to be a witness. Maybe I was going to be a victim, too. When that thought hit me, that's when I flew across the room and hit Hatcher in a do-or-die flying tackle from behind. Oh. Hatcher went down shooting. I went down kicking, and a lucky boot knocked the gun out of his hand. I beat him to it and swung it straight into his skull. Oh! Half the people in the room were lying there bleeding. Brooks from a gunshot, Hatcher from the gun butt. Janelle and I both stood there panting. But believe me, not for each other. We stood that way until the police arrived.
Johnny, I hate being in the hospital. But I look awful.
Butter, honey, you look lovely in white.
This patch on my head? Johnny, they had to cut a big hunk of my hair off to put in the stitches. Oh, that awful man.
Well, if it'll make you feel any better, baby, that awful man got taken care of. He's upstairs in the same hospital.
Oh, Johnny, you didn't shoot
No,
him.
Butter, I didn't have to. Harold Hatcher saved me the trouble. They don't know yet whether Mr. Brooks is going to live or die, but it doesn't make much difference to me or to the insurance company. He signed a statement admitting attempted fraud.
Serves him right hitting a lady on the head. Oh, Johnny, what am I going to do? My hair will look awful. It'll take months for it to grow out.
Now, don't worry, Butter. I'll buy you something to cover it up. I know a guy over on Fifth Avenue who claims he makes something that looks prettier on a woman's head than her hair. Expense account, item 7. $640. Ladies' hats. To cover the lump on ladies' head. Expense account item 8, $20. Tip to nurse for reminding butter on the hour every hour that accidents will happen. Expense account item 9, $7. Mileage driving back to Hartford. Expense account total, $1,182.23. Which you may say, Mr. Farnsworth, is a lot of money for one man to spend in a day and a half. But you must bear in mind that the amount at stake was $2 million. And you know the price of steak these days. Signed, yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
Listen in again next week when CBS brings you Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, with Charles Russell as Johnny. Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, with music by Mark Warno, and is produced and directed by Richard Sandville for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.